Welcome back, everyone, to the next episode of Reditus. We are on episode 88, question mark? 88, pretty sure.
88.
Time flies.
All right, let's go over our recap from last week. As the ATLADS entered Grimlore, they split to handle their own tasks across the tightly controlled town. Darius made his way to Pages in search of writing supplies, with Elion beside him and Trey quietly watching from a distance. Inside, Darius discovered something unexpected. The shop was run by Elion's family. His father, Sam, greeted him with warmth and familiarity, but the feeling didn't seem to get returned. With a new journal in hand, they left for the tavern known as Woolies. Elsewhere, Jak worked the markets, quickly learning that Grimlore was firmly under Centorium's control. The best goods were restricted, reserved for only those who served them. With some persuasion, he convinced a shopkeeper named Hank to show him more, but only after hours. Mastos briefly visited Pages as well, intending to send Bulgar's necklace back to him, but he changed his mind at the last moment, and instead sent a letter of gratitude and kept the necklace for Almos, before getting distracted by some food at a town square. At Woolies, Darius used the password Magnus had given him and received his next step, to return to Pages and ask for Victor, to show him the path of the Watcher. Before leaving, he noticed Sarek, who handed him a small metal sphere. And within that was a message from Elias. It was a warning, it was an explanation of what had happened. If Atlas refused to go willingly at that time, the Centorium bodyguards that were with him would kill everybody and take him by force. With this in mind, Darius returned to Pages with a plan to move carefully and avoid drawing attention. He instructed the others to not acknowledge him. Jak ignored that immediately. He made a scene as Darius entered. Jak forced Darius to improvise, accusing him of theft to maintain the illusion. Jak fled, while the shopkeepers simply watched, unmoving, waiting for the guards to apprehend the thief. I'll be right back to see what happens next.
Through shattered lands and broken sky, the keys ignite, the lost must rise. Bound by fate, by blood, by steel, a world forgotten, a truth concealed. Heartless, forged in flame and dust, a heart of gears, a soul to trust. Jak the hunter, silent keen, a shadow's wrath, the watcher unseen. Darius speaks with silver tongue, a tale half truth, a song unsung. Mastos walks where wild winds call upon, to earth, to beast, to all. ATLADS rise, the night is long, through fate and fire stand and strong. Keys awaken, shadows call, one by one the mighty fall. The mighty fall.
All right, welcome
We
back,
gave
guys.
him a wooden sword.
Just to recap, so Corey won't be joining us tonight. He is ill with a strep throat, which does not enable you for good speaking and role playing, so he will not be here. So to quickly recap exactly where you guys are at this stage, Trey, you had entered because you were trying to listen to what was going on as they go inside, right? So you were kind of following, and Elion had started doing a scout around the outside. He was investigating changes that were made to the building itself. Mastos, you are still back with your pies and muffins, right? You had seen them go by. Did you follow or did you stay?
I would have think I collected the pies and like finished the pie that I was eating with Almos and collected the rest and went with the group trailing on, trying to catch up.
Okay, so you'll be
like,
catching up.
Still eating.
Gotcha.
Like muffins, pulling muffins out of my bag and like
Stuffing them all in there.
yeah, because I gotta go back there anyways. She's got more for me.
Okay, yeah, so you're kind of running through the town square towards Pages. So inside, Trey, you kind of do move inside, and Darius, as you come in, and this interaction happens with Jak, and you kind of push him off, saying that he stole your gold. You guys see the lady in the middle and the desk kind of just looking, and the younger girl who was dressed like another worker up in the top level kind of looking down. Jak, you run out the door, Immediately, you hear this kind of like metal movement as you see 2 guards moving quickly towards you. What do you do?
Jak immediately, like as he runs out the door, he stops immediately, and then kind of leans up against the side of the building.
Immediately turns and you see behind you as you glance inside the store. You see a leather, a guy wearing leather equipment, but you see the Centorium C branding on the shoulder, walking slowly towards you. Kind of just has his hand on his hip. There's a problem going on here.
Is he talking to me or Jak?
He's looking at Jak leaning up against the wall.
Okay.
No problem for you.
And the 2 you see now to your right, just outside the door, 2 guards of the heavily plated guards with the halberds at the end, blocking the entrance. Not saying anything, just standing there with the block. And the gentleman inside looks to you, Darius. The problem, sir? Got a thief, have we?
It was a misunderstanding, sir. Don't worry about it.
Are you sure we can't have thieves around these parts? Keep this place
I assure you, there ain't no thieves around here, sir.
Roll a persuasion.
71.
24.
24. All right, he kind of like loosens his hand a bit. All right, on about your business. He kind of just kind of backs up a little bit and walks back to one of the bookshelves. And you see the armored guards take a few steps back and kind of look around, look almost kind of inside and look around and start slowly walking away from the entrance.
Jak thanks to Darius. Okay, last time I pull a prank on you.
Not sure. Double check. I mean, when we're dealing with something serious like this, it might be better to save the pranks for when we're alone or traveling the road. Remember, these people wanted to kill you.
Noted.
While this is happening, Trey, what would you be doing?
I think Trey, definitely seeing the guards, is really super uneasy about it. Trey's not liking what he's seeing. I definitely think Trey would not want to be giving any attention to himself, but trying to get to a position where he can watch. And if at all, he would want to try to get close to Jak, but not in a way that he'd like be in between the guards. Just getting to a place where he could intercept if necessary, and then seeing that everything's kind of awash and calming down. Then just massive spike of anxiety and then adrenaline and then the adrenaline dump. So I think Trey's probably going to try to lean up against a tree or something.
Okay. Yeah, just outside, kind of getting sight within the building, and where Jak's laying in this sort of about a 5 foot kind of almost not a hallway, but kind of entrance way that he's kind of leaning up against right now. So you kind of get a good view of that. You can see the 2 armored guards. They do step out and they go to the side, and they stand about 5 foot away from each side of the entrance to Pages. And go ahead and roll a perception for me, please.
Who?
Trey.
Okie dokie, boss man. We've got a 21.
21. Perfect. Yeah, as you're kind of watching this, and you kind of take a quick scan around, and you see a little glint to the northeast. And as you look up, you can tell that it's coming from the guard tower. You can see they have some sort of spyglass apparatus that you can tell is pointed down towards this direction. So piecing it all together, seeing that there's an overview of what's happening from above as well. Inside, Darius, as this kind of settles down a little bit, you look over, you see the lady in the middle look a little bit kind of concerned.
So he turns and chuckles. I forgot I spent that gold at the other tavern. Sorry. I didn't mean to cause any type of ruckus.
Okay, as long as everything's okay. We don't like any trouble.
Absolutely fine. No, I mean, I just wasn't expecting him to jump on me like that was a little weird. I must look like his dad or something.
He said you were his father.
I ain't got any children that I know of.
Oh, what an odd fellow.
Well, there's weird folk all around these parts. Maybe not here, but you know, that travel the road.
Are you a traveler? Are you here visiting?
Indeed, I am. I'm actually here. Sorry, 1 second. I gotta pull up my notes. Crap. Looking for Victor. He around?
He should be. I think he's taking a little bit of a break. He's probably in his room. May I ask, is it something that I can help with, or do you require Victor specifically?
Yeah, I was told to come and ask him for a book.
Oh, well, I could get it for you if you wish.
I can't find the note on it, Colin, if you want to refresh my memory.
It was Path of the Watcher.
I was told to ask him specifically for the Path of the Watcher.
Oh, well, I don't mind getting it for you. Yeah, if you don't mind, I can do that.
Well, you see, I was asked specifically for him. Maybe you can just go ask him, like let him know someone's looking for the book.
Of course. Was he expecting you, or new acquaintance?
I think that's the goal, is for us to be new acquaintances. The name's Digby Loudness.
Digby, yeah. Here, take a little parchment. Yes, I do apologize. Victor's been for the last while traveling a lot, meets a lot of people, and we get some people every now and again coming in to see him. So I do apologize. I just want to make sure it's somebody that he might be expecting or want to see. But thank you. Yes, I will definitely check. I'll go right now. I'll see what he's doing. Of course, I'll be right back.
Much appreciated.
She starts walking away. You notice that the younger female at the top of the stairs has stopped kind of like stocking the books and stuff, and just has her kind of hands on the rail, which is above, and just kind of curiously watching the lady walk away, and watching Jak at the front and you, and just seems to have an eye on everything.
And you said I can see her?
Yeah.
So I like wink, ma'am.
She kind of like just kind of goes back to what she's doing as if that didn't happen. At this point, Mastos, as you get a little bit closer, roll a perception for me, please.
That's a 12.
12, okay. Yeah, you get a little bit closer. You see some heavily armored Centorium guards outside the front of Pages, standing on either side of the entrance. You see Trey kind of chilling up against a tree just to kind of the east of the entrance. Citizens walking around, still a busy area nonetheless. What do you do?
I followed Darius into Pages while feeding.
I'm leaving this group, man.
I heard that. No, I'm just gonna stand outside feeding Alamos little pieces of muffin while snacking on them myself, waiting.
Okay. Are you like heading over to Trey? You want to stay by yourself?
No, I'm standing like in the middle. Like I picture myself just like 15 feet away from the entrance, just standing there, facing the building, just eating muffins.
Yeah, if you get that close, you're standing there eating muffins, and the guard on the left-hand side looks. Can we help you with something, citizen?
No.
Well, if you mind taking your way off the path, perhaps a bit of a blockage.
I look down. And I like scuffle over beside Trey.
Okay.
Mastos, I was just staying nearby, see what everyone else is doing. So you found yourself some pastries.
Well, well,
Well, I tell you what, I'm glad you found me. A bit of serendipity it is. Now don't bring too much attention to yourself looking, but just over there, up in that tower, you see that glinting, that reflectiveness? I think they're using it to spy on us. Now I can't get close myself, and I've heard they've got some sort of contraption with mirrors, some amount of reflection, magnification. I don't understand the science, but I do know they can use that to spy on us. And I can't go up there, because if I do, I just look like a man infiltrating a tower. But you've got beasts of burden on your side, haven't you? Do you think you could summon about some sort of bird to go check that out for us? Maybe make a report on it. I'm saying all this in my head, by the way.
I literally look at Almos as I'm feeding him a piece of muffin. I'm like, yeah, I think I could summon one. I'm feeding. But if they're watching us, they're watching him. I can't summon more than him.
I don't expect that they're going to have their attention set on us. Although, standing there next to that guard, getting his attention, having a bit of a snack, maybe they'll be watching you here. But if you was to go somewhere else, maybe then you could summon Almos or whoever you got that might be good for checking it out.
Does that mean you don't want one? And I'm like already holding a muffin out, offering him a muffin.
And Trey looks down at it. And Trey's gonna take it bloop, out of his hand and peel back the inside, give it a sniff. She didn't change her recipe. I love these things, Mastos. They're to die for.
And I will, after handing him the muffin, I will grab my staff back. 'Cause I was holding it, and I look at Almos, and I just give him a wink, and I tap my staff on the ground, and I cast Pass Without a Trace on myself, Trey, Darius. How far did Jak go? Is Jak still on the wall?
Jak's still in the entrance.
So yeah, Jak as well, and Elion.
think
No,
you have-
Elion's back. Yeah, he's too far away.
I think you have to be in sight, do you not? Let me double check.
Visual, yes.
Yeah, so you'd have to be
Yeah,
in
so
Darius is
just-
inside at the counter right now, so you would not see
Only
it.
Almos and me then, and Trey.
Okay. Jak, when you were leaning up against the kind of interior after the scuffle, were you just staying there, or were you moving somewhere?
Jak ran outside and then to the right.
Okay. All right. So as you are going out to the right after this kind of, you stop running after the guards kind of stopped you, right? You start walking out to the right. The guards are stationed there, and as you kind of continue to walk, you see Mastos and Shrey over by the tree to the south. Do you go towards them, or do you kind of keep off to yourself? What's the plan?
I pictured Jak getting outside and getting up against the wall as the guards like approached him.
Okay.
And I think Jak wouldn't have moved from that, like after the guards, or as you said, they kind of like moved away. Jak would just be kind of like close by waiting.
Okay, so still kind of leaning up the side of the building kind of thing?
Mhm.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, so then in that case, Jak, you would receive this as well, this Pass Without a Trace. Mastos, as you kind of hit the staff softly into the grass, you feel the staff go almost a foot into the ground. You feel like it's almost getting sucked in for a second. And as it does, and you kind of look over and you see these small little clover leaves just kind of grow up and just surround Trey's feet and your own feet. And then you look over at Almos and you see these little pieces of moss form underneath his claws.
I'm
so
fine not getting it, but the spell actually doesn't say you have to see them. It says for the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you,
30 feet.
including you.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say you have to see them.
Yeah. So you wouldn't be close enough with 30 feet. 'Cause you're in the
Okay,
middle of
that's
the
fine. Like
story.
I don't need it. I just
No, it's
just
perfect
because
because then we
I
know,
see
right?
anything.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, perfect. So yes, Jak, Trey, Mastos, Almos, pass without a trace. So after a little bit of time goes by, Darius, you see a younger gentleman come, wearing very similar robes to Sam that you met here earlier, but a little bit better kept, a little bit cleaner. It's got some more kind of lace along the edges of it, presented much better. The hair brushed off to kind of the side part to the side, very well groomed, quite pale, middle-aged human, as he walks up and greets you. I understand that you'd requested a special book from me.
Howdy, Victor Thorne.
Yes, that is me. Yes.
Yeah, I believe it or not, I was over at the Drunken Deer and I tried to order a dark and bark ale in a frosted red mug. I was told it was quite the drink here, and the bartender told me to come by and ask you about this book. They said it was a really good read.
It's been a while since it's been Drunken Deer. You must know the previous owner. Woolies now, of course, but that book is in stock. Quite interesting. It's one that can't leave the store, though. If you wish to take a bit of a read, I can show you some of my favorite parts.
Absolutely.
Oh, very well, very well. And you see him look around and goes up. Tasha, watch the counter, will you? And you see the young girl that was at the top. She just kind of looks down and kind of waves at him and starts moving her way down the stairs towards the counter. Very well, come on to the back room here. It's quite quiet, quite relaxing.
Happy to lead the way.
You see, he starts walking to the east, and it loops around underneath the staircase. You see a doorway, but sort of a half circular doorway that he starts heading towards.
So as I'm following him, I'm going to relay psychically to the whole group. Basically, we're going east, loops around inside a doorway, just so they kind of have an idea of the layout of the building should they need to storm.
Okay.
In.
Yeah, absolutely. So he takes out a key, unlocks the door. He just kind of swings it open. After you.
And I'll just do a quick little survey around and then make my way in.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, as you go in, you see there is masses of shelves of books. The majority behind glass cases and kind of locks on the front. Some you can see it looks like it's a sort of a desk that's almost like pivoted up at like a 45-degree angle with kind of a glass on there. Looks like some sort of stock room, but maybe for more exquisite books, perhaps.
Wow, quite the collection you got here.
Yes, well, probably the best collection outside of Fort Ramlin, or maybe even Centorium itself. Who knows?
It's quite the claim.
I've been working quite hard over the last while, acquiring what we can and building up the business, so it's good to be appreciated. And he starts
Well done.
Closing the door behind you and locks it behind. Okay, go have a seat right there, and I'll bring the book out for you. Points out to this, right in the center, there's a desk. A beautiful desk. You can see this is from some high-end wood has been finely crafted and chiseled. A beautiful chair that's just laced in leather sits in the center. You can see like quill and ink. You can see blank parchment, very decorative across the edges of the parchment. It looks like a very high-end, perhaps a writer or somebody that would spend a lot of time here has invested a lot of money in this setup. You can see that there are no windows. If there are windows, they are completely covered up with whatever is within the wall. Large wooden kind of pallets kind of covering the whole thing. It looks very exquisite. Everything within here.
I will approach before I sit. I just want to do like a quick once over to make sure there's no like traps or anything that may, lock me in place or force me to speak truths I may not want to speak.
Sure, yeah. Roll investigation.
Oh, that was almost an 18. Investigation. So it'll be a 10.
Okay. Yeah, so you take a quick scan around looking for any potential threats or other exits or anything that might be useful to you during this interaction. You don't see anything about the desk or the chair that immediately rings any bells, and as you kind of glance around, you don't see any other exits. You'll see another way out, other than the door, and nothing springs to your attention. You look up, there is a chandelier in the top, a wooden chandelier with lots of candles.
Is Radagon up there?
Yeah. As you kind of like checking all this out, you can see that Victor is heading off to the one side of the wall that has this kind of bookshelf, which does not have any glass or locking mechanism or anything, and it's kind of like flicking through the spines of the books.
So is this back to me right now?
Yes, it is.
So Darius is going to be like, and just like tap the seat of the chair to see if it does anything.
Yeah, you tap
And
the
then
seat. Sorry, go ahead.
He'll sit after. Unless something happens, he'll sit afterwards.
Yeah, you give it a few taps, and as you do, you kind of feel the leather, and you now can tell that underneath the leather, there's also some sort of extra cushion with underneath that as well. So not only this beautiful texture, but this give of softness underneath that you've only felt from some of the places that you spent tiny little times and evenings with back on your island.
Fair enough. All right, I'll sit.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of takes out one of the books. Oh, yes, here we go. And he walks over with a smile on his face. Now you can take some time to read through this. It's an interesting book. It's purely fictional, of course, but a good story. And many believe that this story was actually based on a hero from here in Grimlaw, surprisingly.
Well, you don't say. You said that there were some key parts that your favorites to look out for?
Oh, yes, there's something about the image that's created. When you're reading, take note of page 31. I feel the way the writer creates the image in the mind. It really hits home. That scene in the ruined temple. That's the one that really hit you inside. It reminds me so much of I think if it was based on Grimlaw, it would be based on the temple northwest of here. Those ruins, there's just something magical about them. I feel like it connects. You ever get that? Read a book and you just feel it connects.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, well, I'll give you some time to yourself if you need.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, yes, very well. Starts walking towards the door. During this time, outside, Trey, Mastos, Jak, anybody want to do anything specific?
I think Jak would be... He's outside the door, there for backup. But after a slowly diffused situation, might look up at the guards after a minute. Looking to do some mercenary work. None of you have been able to go get the Basilisk?
No one to the right turns. Well, we got our own duties here, so look for other people that need to go outside to take care of that sort of thing. But if you head to the tower, they'll give you the details. Probably make some nice coin.
How many tasks need to be done before you allow for better equipment so we can continue to help along Centorium?
Well, you'd have to talk to Commander Shresh about that. It depends on the task itself. I could say 5 tasks, but if you're just bringing a cup of milk to old grandma 5 times, you're not gonna get it, are you?
Sounds like a basilisk might be worth the trip then.
If, if you want to come back from your tasks, maybe that's not the one for you, mate.
I appreciate your thoughtfulness.
Safety of the citizens is our top worry.
How long have you been, and Jak almost says controlling, but he stops himself. How long have you been residing in this place?
Oh, I've been here about 2 years now. How long have you been here?
A couple hours.
Little ways to go then.
Figured we'd make our way to Fort Ramlin eventually.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be going there just yet. It's a little bit on lockdown.
Oh, what for?
Centorium business, but only official visitations and merchants, etc. are allowed entrance right now. Save yourself a little bit of a journey.
Well, good thing you guys are here to help this city along.
Of course.
Jak will just kind of press back up against the building.
He kind of just nods his head, seeing the conversation is over, and just turns and faces out to the path again. And Trey and Mastos.
I was actually going to look into doing a little something before Jak fiddle off. I'm gonna point in his direction and talk to Trey and just say, just an obvious distraction, as I point at Jak, and I'm gonna send Alamos to not fly away, but scuttle away and then fly away and check out what Trey was talking about. See if they do have something that's a telescopic lens type situation looking down at the city.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, for sure. He hops down and kind of flutters onto the ground. And you see him he kind of like twists his head and kind of looks up at you a little bit. And you see him kind of kick his two little tiny feet back, and he kind of like lifts up a little bit, and you see these two little spindly legs, and he kind of just starts running southwards to get some cover of the trees. And then under cover of trees, he very stealthily loops around on the outside of the city.
Excellent.
Perfect. Trey, anything for you?
Yeah, I think Trey probably sees the that Almos is scurried away, and still in the head. It seemed good enough, nice and subtle. Jak talking to guards, you send the bird off. I like it. Can you communicate at a distance with the owl just like we are?
Yes. And no. I just hope for the best most of the time. And when he comes back, and give him a treat.
Oh,
I can see through his eyes if I need to.
a bird's eye view. But that's quite a spectacle to behold.
I don't know what it looks like. I've never seen myself do it. I'm thinking if I've seen myself do it.
You've been a bird.
You've been a bird, but you've never used.
Yeah,
three
I've
animals
never.
besides.
No. Oh, I thought I could.
Well,
it's been a long time.
If you can see through his eyes, and you can speak in my head, does that mean that you could view things from Almos's perspective and feed it right to me, or at least describe it to me as it happens?
I guess. As long as he's within range, but I don't know if I can do both at the same time.
Well, I'm not interested in making you do something that you're uncomfortable with. If you don't think you can do it, I'm not going to ask you to.
Well, I'll wait for him to report back.
Fair enough. I suppose we just remain inconspicuous then. And
I pull
Trey
out
lifts up.
another muffin.
Perfect. Jack, yeah, you have this conversation, and roll a perception for me, please. Jack?
If you're there, you're muted, buddy.
Jack, you there?
Jack, come back.
Okay. So yeah, Jack is just leaning up against the wall. You all kind of note that during this entire time, there has been conversations, obviously, as a group and individual, but during this entire time, you have not had Elion reply or interject to any of these conversations in the group conversations. Darius, after the guy leaves, you hear the door close behind. You're in the room with the book on the table. What do you wish to do? Oh, you're muted. Oh,
Just
good
like
guy.
the seat. No, I'm muted.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand up, and I'm gonna be like, and like open the book.
Yeah, for sure. You stand up and just go to open the book. You see that this book has it's not even a hardened copy. You can see this is a soft cover book that has been used many times. You can see the edges are all ragged, a part of it torn off at the top. But yeah, you kind of flip it open and the page just kind of flips. The spine almost like where you flick it open, it almost just falls open. There's like no there's no kind of like tight binding left in it that it's been used so much.
Yeah. Poke it.
Yeah, you poke it, feels like paper.
Okay. So I'm gonna skip. Excuse me. To the page that he told me.
Yeah.
31. Yep.
Click right over, and as you get to page 31, you can see that the ink has been smudged on the sort of the top third and almost the bottom third of the page, and only one section remains readable.
Okay.
And the sentence is readable. It says, "The warrior stood in the ruined temple in the darkness and uttered the sacred words, Sunolar Flarush, and the ground opened beneath him, revealing the cavern below."
Sunalar.
Sunolar Flarush. Yeah. Flarush.
That sounds made up.
We're playing D&D. Everything's made up.
Okay, so the warrior stood in the ruined temple in the darkness and uttered the sacred words, Sunalar Flarush, and the ground opened up beneath him.
Yes, revealing the cavern below.
Revealing the cavern. Okay. And when he said the temple, he said it reminded him of the temple to the northwest or northeast?
Northwest of here.
Okay, so that's not the druid, the dwarf place we were at, right?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. I guess I'll start just kind of like skimming through to see if there's any other details or if this is what I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
Like this is the message I'm being given.
Roll an intelligence check for me.
Come on, man. It's an 8.
Is that a 1? I can't see.
No, it's a 7.
Okay. Yeah, so you start flicking through and you can see like at the start of the book, you can see the prologue, you can see indications that the rest of this book is literally a sort of just a fantasy novel written. There doesn't seem to be any strange coding or anything inscribed or any hidden notes. Everything, this looks like a very straightforward book, other than this one page.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna like dilly-dally for like 10-15 minutes, and then I will go and knock on the door.
Okay, now you didn't hear him lock the door when he left,
Okay.
so you know.
Then yeah, I'll dilly-dally for 10 to 15 and then I'll leave. I'm just gonna like just like pretend I'm reading.
Yeah, fair. And during this kind of 10 minutes, I just want to check in with Jak. You're kind of just staying leaning, or you want to go anywhere or do anything?
I think he would do his best Trey impersonation of leaning up against the wall, and he's gonna like kind of scratch his chin, and he's gonna close his eyes, and he's gonna start to see what Reen is looking at.
Okay, perfect.
As he is trying to stay, as I guess conscious looking as he can, even though he cannot see right now.
Okay. Standing nap. Yeah, so you kind of release your consciousness in, looking through Reen's eyes, and you can see that she has a high up view of the eastern edge of the wall of the town. And you can see the guard tower that you know is the guard tower just a little bit from where you are to the east. And as she kind of keeps an eye and is just slowly moving, you capture a glimpse of this tiny little kind of brown speck moving towards the tower.
Jak will think to her. Anything of concern?
And she can't reply psychically, right? Because the Seeker Stones you can only hear and see that got infused. So she she just kind of like, you see her kind of sway left to right, and you kind of see her start to like her flight start to lighten a little bit, and she kind of like settles, and you kind of see her to the peripheral. You can see that she's lodged herself at the top of a large tree, and she's just keeping an eye on the tower.
Okay, I have to double check because I thought we could speak telepathically.
I think she can hear you.
It says
You can
telepathic while Reen is within 500 feet of you. You can communicate with her telepathically.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
So it does. Yeah, it doesn't say that she can talk back
Yeah,
to me. But,
yeah. You can
Okay.
get restrictions, but she can't reply.
So yeah. So what was her head? Her kind of like sway.
So yeah, she kind of like swayed left to right, like you understand this to be a no, and then she lands on top of this large oak tree and keeping a distance from the city wall, but keeping an eye on this tower.
All right. Yep. And Jak will just stay safe, keep your distance unless I call.
See her kind of just like the rhythmic motion of the head nod.
Yep. And then Jak will kind of release, come to, scratch his chin one more time.
Okay. And then Mastos, so a few minutes have gone by since I almost left you. You're finished another muffin. What do you do?
I will. Are we under like a singular tree? Is that?
Well, there's kind of like sporadic trees. This is not a forest
Yeah,
by any means.
yeah,
It's more of like kind of like you know, a dozen trees along the edge of a path kind of thing for sort of decoration. It's not dense or anything like that.
Something I can still sit under, right, and catch some shade.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm just gonna lean up against the tree and just close my eyes, and then make it seem like I'm going to sleep.
Okay. Roll a deception check.
That's a 2 on the die, so 6.
Okay. All right. Trey, you take a look down and you can see Mastos over-exaggerating this snore, like completely obvious that he is not asleep.
And then when it is completely obvious that I am asleep, I will use an action to see from Almos's eyes.
Okay. Yeah, as you close your eyes and you open your eyes, but they're not yours, and you look through Almos, and for a second it kind of throws you off a little bit, just on the type of viewing that Almos actually gets as he's moving is so different than your own that it kind of throws you off for a second. Roll a perception for me.
Sorry, +8. It's 21.
Go Almos. Yeah, so as you open up, you see that he is...
hold on. Am I using owl stats? Or
not
my
for the
stats?
Perception, no. You can use yours for the perception.
Okay, I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, any of his physical stuff, then it'll be him. Yeah, so he gets you see that he is actually just about 20 feet away from the top of this tower. You see him kind of just weave to the side and just land in the corner. And you see him just kind of like his head just twisting around. And with that perception, you clock Reen to the east, who is just sitting up in a tree, keeping an eye in this direction. The Centorium guard up here, fully kitted out in this heavy leather-looking armor, big branded C right on the shoulder. And you can see that he has a bow strapped to his back, and you can see down below, you see there are boxes of arrows sitting below this kind of large metal, almost looks like a funnel to you, that he has kind of like left down. It is pointing down right now. But you can see glass shining in the front of it. And behind him, which would be facing east towards Reen, you see a huge ballista that is attached there. And you see these massive, would look like metal arrows to you that are kind of all lined up against the wall.
I attempt to communicate that telepathically.
Okay, use your words.
There seems to be some sort of ballista up on there, and it looks like a box of arrows, and well, there's just one guard, but I don't know why he would need a box of arrows. It doesn't. Does it look like a periscope or telescope?
Yeah, it looks like it has sections in it. You can see about 5 sections. You can just tell by looking at it that it would be collapsible, but it is currently set into a mount.
They definitely have something mounted up here, but not 100% sure what it is. There's glass on it.
I've not seen many, but I've seen something small, something you can keep in your pocket, let you see farther than your eyes would normally let you. And I could understand why they might have ammunition stored at the top. Grimlor's on the outskirts of Fort Ramlin. So if someone's going to come attacking Fort Ramlin, especially from this side, Grimlore is going to fall first. Makes sense to have defenses. He says there's only one man up there. I suppose that means we're in peacetime.
Is it common?
Well, if the Centorium was expecting a bit of bad business, I would think that they would be emboldened. They'd be keeping guards posted, maybe even double duty. But for now, it seems like there's no action intended.
I think we're good then.
Seems that way. Thank you, I appreciate it, Mastos. You, by the way, you've not kept an eye on Elion, have you? Have lost him, actually. Don't usually do that.
Was he with you? And did I, as I say that, I'm trying to remember if I saw Elion walking with them.
You did.
But where did he go?
This is all still in our head, right?
Mhm.
Jak would immediately look at the ground to see if he can locate an Elion footprint.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll a survival.
What score is that? First roll of the day, and that is a 15. I thought it was a 13. So 21.
21. As you kind of scan around nonchalantly, you do pick up, you're going to know Elion's tracks very well, traveling with for so long. You very easily pick up his footprints leading around the outside of the building to the east.
All right. And why not? Because Jak is feeling stealthy. He'll try to slip just by everybody without drawing attention to himself.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth and see if you can move around unnoticed.
Oh man, I feel silly. Hold on a second. I gotta math this with a calculatora.
Bust out that abacus.
Yeah, right.
As soon as I tell you what it is, you're gonna think I'm dumb. A 30.
A 30. Okay. Good old pass without a trace.
Yar.
Yeah, so you kind of keep an eye on the guards, look at the citizens walking up and down the path kind of thing. And as you look over to the east, you can see that there's one or two kind of houses scattered between where you are and the tower, but you don't see any people there right now. You look up and you see that whoever is up there, it's kind of hard to tell what direction they're looking, but as you kind of like slip away to the kind of there's an overhang of some of the outcroppings of this particular building. You kind of like sleek underneath into the shadows. You feel fully confident that nobody could spot you if they wanted to try.
Yeah. Perfect.
And so you want to follow the footprints?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so you kind of get a little bit lower to the ground. At times, almost losing track of it. Elion is so light-footed, and this is no marshland by any stretch. So you do. It takes a little bit of time, but you do kind of follow, and it looks like its footprints are working its way around the total exterior of the building. I mean, you go right around the east, you follow it. It's going right around. You hit the north, which would be the back of the building, and it's still starting to continue back to the west now, like it's looping around the whole outside. You continue?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. You start working your way over there. During this, so Darius, as you come out the room, you can see Victor just standing to the side with a smile. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes, it was quite informative. Thank you.
Very well. Anything else that we can help you with here at Pages today?
I'm gonna pull out a gold piece and I'll be like, "That's been great," and I'm gonna like ding it over to him.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of fumbles a little bit, but he doesn't catch it. And it's bing! Ah! He kind of like shimmies a little bit and it starts to roll down the floor, but he kind of kicks it and stops it. Centorium, thanks you for your tip. He looks
How about we
around.
keep that between us?
Do what we can. He looks very nervous.
Well, all right. Well, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
You too, Digby. Thanks for visiting, and anything else you may need. See us here at Pages again.
Of course. And I will make my way out.
Make 'em away.
Goodbye. As you're heading out, you see that the young lady now is taking position behind the counter. You don't see the gentleman or the older lady from earlier anywhere.
Is the woman behind the counter the one that was like up the stairs?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wink at her again and make my way out of the store.
Turns the other way. You see Victor walking over towards her as you exit. Mastos, with Almos taking this all in, you relaying this information, what instruction now does Almos have? Or do you wish to cease the connection? Or
Shit on the Centorium guard. No. When you described his bow, I said I wasn't going to do that. Sorry. Fly down, back around to me, but shit on one guard without a bow.
So the two that are closest to you do not have bows. They have the
That's perfect.
halberds, and they do have on their back, you see that they have short, but you do see two spears strapped to them.
No, I'm not risking it. No, you can't tempt me. You can't. He will stealthily fly back to the safety of my staff and rest. For a job well done.
Okay, yeah, he starts fluttering down, a little bit less stealthy this time, heading straight back where you are underneath the tree. Perfect. Darius, as you come out the front door, you catch Almos fluttering down. You see Trey standing by a tree, finishing off a muffin. You see Mastos sitting at the base of that tree.
Still pretending to sleep.
Still pretending to sleep, going.
What are you all doing? I say in my head to the group.
Sleeping.
Right. Okay. Well, apparently there's a temple to the northwest that I need to find.
Jak, thanks to Darius. How many more puzzle pieces are we dealing with?
So I have to jump through? I don't
Oops.
know.
Okay. Are we smart enough just to figure out how to get to the end?
Okay, well, you tell me. So my next puzzle piece is the warrior stood in the ruined temple in the darkness and uttered the sacred words, Sunala Flarouche, and the ground opened up beneath him, revealing the cavern below. Can you tell me what comes after that?
That sounds like a book I read in Garrick's hut. And if I recall, it opens and it leads to the location we're supposed to go to next. So, sounds like we're going to a temple?
How incredibly astute of you.
Kind of sounds like literal. Like, literal, you speak those words and the ground will literally open up for us to go somewhere.
Did you actually read a book, or did they just, like, write this down on a napkin?
No, they gave me a book, and I'm supposed to be guided. I thought I was going to talk to someone. I didn't know I was going to have to follow breadcrumbs. But this was the next piece. He handed me the book that I asked for, and he said his favorite part of the book was page 31. There was a scene in a ruined temple, and the picture was painted perfectly. So I assumed that was the next clue. And when I skimmed through the book, it just seemed like a regular book. Otherwise, this page, everything but this part was smeared.
Well, literature can be tough because not everybody can feel what the author's presenting in that moment. I've read a bunch, so I understand, different writing styles, different viewpoints and stuff. So just maybe you're not a reader. Maybe you're.
That kind of sounds like someone who hasn't read something would say.
You understand that, like, my whole life has been based on stories, correct?
Yeah, but I read a few in a cabin, so.
So you're better than someone who literally went to school to learn. Stay in your lane, Jungle Boy.
Okay. As hopefully Jack is, because Jack is trying to sneak up on Elion.
Yeah, you're continuing to walk around.
You said I walked out of the thing, right?
Yes, yeah, you're out the front of the store now, and yeah, you're with you see Trey and Mastos right there.
Okay, I am going to ask a guard about the temple, but you can finish with Jack before we continue on that.
Okay. Yeah, Jack, as you continue around, you notice you've kind of roll a perception. See what you notice.
11 on the die, and +6, so 17.
17. Okay. So as you've been working your way around, you've noticed that the majority of the outsides of this building are add-ons, additions, new material. It's very clear where the original structure was and where these different add-ons have been put onto it. As you get around to the northwest corner of this, you can see this is where the add-on kind of stops. And you can tell that this northwest corner of the building is just purely original, has not been touched. You can see windows above. You can see that the footsteps, they lead around the northeast corner. Do you want to continue around there?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, as you turn, you see the footsteps take a turn towards the west, which leads underneath the house. And as you look at the side of these boards, you can see that some of these boards have been pushed aside. You see a small gap within.
Remaining is quiet and invisible. Jack will descend down.
Okay, so as you kind of go to push these boards across to see what's behind, roll a sleight of hand, please.
Something I'm a little bit good at. 13 on the die. Gosh. So 17 again.
Perfect. So you believe you've moved this across quite quietly. As you look in, you see that it looks to be some sort of tunnel. It seems to be going underneath the house and kind of leading down. It is a very tight fit. It is very small. Do you wish to proceed down this tunnel?
Does it look like Elion has gone down here?
Continuing your survival roll in this tracking situation, you'll say, yes, you can tell that these footsteps turn towards this direction, and you can tell by the kind of the scrapings that Elion would have went down here.
Then yes, Jack will continue his pursuit.
Okay. As you go down and push yourself forward, you feel the tightness of this tunnel around you. This is kind of like a dirt. It'd be basically almost like a circle in the dirt that proceeds down in. And you feel a little bit claustrophobic. This is holding you quite close. You have enough room to kind of shimmy yourself slowly forwards if you wish, but it is extremely tight. You want to proceed?
Yeah, I do. Okay,
perfect. Roll a strength check, please.
Oh, it's a strength check? Whoa. We'll try once. I swear if I get stuck. Oh, 18 on the die. -1. 17 again.
All right, perfect. As you start working your way, and you kind of like each shoulder one at a time, and you're pushing with like your toes kind of dug into the dirt, kind of pushing. And you feel it start to go. You still feel it start to go down a little bit. Like this goes on for a few minutes. You're kind of shimmying yourself forwards. And with your vision, you can't see anything. It doesn't look like it's leading anywhere. You just see the tunnel. You see the edge of the tunnel. You can see where it starts to kind of like turn and go up. So yeah, this goes on for like almost kind of 10 minutes. You're making your way, and you kind of like you feel it go up, and you find it takes a left turn, starts to go around, almost like it's starting to spiral upwards now. So about 10 minutes have gone by. The rest of the group, anybody doing anything specific? Are you guys all chilling by the tree?
I expect that out loud, Trey would probably grab a big chunk of the muffin. You know, these are to die for. You can get these at the stalls here in town, just over there, off to the center of town. If you want to try some, they're lovely. It's a good price. And then, in his head, I think Jack's gone off to find Elion. And I'm trying to rack my brain. To the northwest, between here and Erakan, I know there's a large structure a bit before Dwarven's Rest. I don't recall what it is, but maybe that's what you're thinking about.
Is he talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking, well, I mean, kind of to everybody really, but since Darius had mentioned that to the northwest there is something up there, Trey is saying that he recalls that there's some structure just to the northwest between Grimlore and kind of off to the west of Dwarven's Rest, and Erakan would be if you keep going further. So we may have already passed that thing.
To be honest, I don't know. Victor had mentioned that it was to the west of town, Grimlaw. It may even be to the in town. I don't know. I was just going to ask one of these guards who are looking at me auspiciously.
We should ask for a map of the area.
Sure, go for it. Do you have money to buy one?
I think we all have a bunch of money.
Well, I mean, I do. I was going to offer you some if you didn't have any. Though I do have to save some. Apparently, Dementrum needs money, which is weird.
Oh, a tithe.
Well, no. I forget what it's for. He told me.
For stuff.
Sure. Go find a map.
Yeah, Darius, you see the guards not really paying much mind. You guys out there kind of just talking amongst themselves. Keep an eye generally over the area. You said you wanted to speak to one of them?
Yeah, so he'll turn. Howdy, sir.
Greetings, citizen.
I read a really good book inside here, and Mr. Thorne was telling me that one of the scenes in the book reminds him of a temple. He said it might have been ruined to the northwest of town. Any idea where that might be?
Yes, there's an old ruined temple northwest, 2 hours travel. It's nothing but rocks and leftovers now, and not even walls.
Of course, I'm not trying to go there as worship or anything. It's just I did enjoy the book, and he said it reminded him. So it'd be kind of cool to see, put a visual to what I read in the book.
Yes, you a wordsmith yourself?
I dabble a little bit, but I wouldn't say I'm talented by any means.
I like a good book.
Well, I mean, you're standing right outside the place for it. There's lots in there.
Don't get a lot of time off here in the Centorium military. Tell me about the book. What was the story? Can you tell me a story?
Well, I was just about to be
I'm
on
just
my
kidding.
way.
I'm just kidding, citizen. We have great humor here in the military. If you ever want to sign up, we're looking for many, many people with many talents. I'm a bit of a stand-up comedian myself. I'm sure you can tell, but we're looking for many people.
Yeah, absolutely. I will come and see your stand-up. Sure.
You see him kind of tilt his head a little bit. He He looks over at the other guy, the other guard, who just shakes his head and looks the other direction. Woolies, in 2 days. You'll be there? You'll come?
Oh, shucks. No, I wish I could, but like I said, I was just on my way. We won't be in town in 2 days. But I'll tell you what, if something ends up holding us up here, not you lovely guards, obviously, I will definitely come see your show.
Your name, citizen?
Digby Loudness.
Rasta! He goes to shake your hand.
I will shake his hand. Nice to meet you, Rasta?
Raster! With an R.
Rester. Like arrester. Like you arrest people.
Sure.
Cool. That's a pretty cool name for a guard, actually.
I think so too. The good citizen.
Well, all right.
Yeah. Okay, Digby, great to meet you. I hope you enjoy your ruined temple.
Thank you, Rester, and good luck on your show.
I won't need luck. I've got
Of course
jokes.
not. You'll knock them down. Dead. Down? You'll make them laugh.
Well, Billy laugh.
Right. All right. Have a good day, sir.
He nods his head.
Darius
Holds his
thinks to the
halberd a little
group,
bit taller.
Darius thinks to the group, that was incredibly awkward.
Jack, as you're pushing yourself up, you kind of feel the spiral. It all of a sudden, as you kind of like turn, it opens out, and there is like a square. It almost, you would call it a room if there was any type of wood or any type of building materials within this, but it is essentially a square under the ground. And you can see that there are scraps of old rotten papers. You can see old quills that have kind of rotten away. You see in the corner, you see these little pots of what you would understand would be ink if there was any in it, but it's all dried out. You see some rags, maybe some blankets or something, but it kind of all deteriorated and kind of fading away. You do see on the other side of this, it's about 10 foot by 10 foot. The other side of this, you do see that there is an exit. Kind of looks like it's leading upwards out of this room, we'll call it.
Is there an Elion in the room?
No, there's no people in here. It's darkness.
I think Jack would enter the room and see if he can find, out of all the paper, the old, degraded paper, if there was anything legible.
Okay. Go ahead and roll investigation for me.
Jeez, I'm rolling crazy right now. Investigation. So 18.
18. Okay. So almost everything you go to pick up disintegrates. Just the moisture alone under here is just completely damaging to any type of parchment and papers. So you can tell there was things on here, but there's nothing legible. You do note, with investigating around, you do note that there is a rectangular, we call it a dry shape, in the northeast corner of this room, that very much stands out from the rest of the scattered papers and everything. You can clearly tell that there was something here that's been taken.
Jack will shrug and head to the exit.
Okay. Yeah, you head to the exit. You start shimmying your way up. Give me another strength check.
Oh gosh. Now I'm gonna roll low. 7.
7.
I'm gonna use a luck die. Oh gosh.
How many of us have luck? Jesus.
No, he's kidding.
I don't
He
have
doesn't
luck,
have it. It's like when you use suggestion that time without having suggestion. I suggest you leave me alone. Yeah, you start trying to shimmy yourself upwards. you're not stuck, but you feel the movement is extremely slow. Like trying to push yourself upwards with the steep incline is getting difficult. You're not stuck, however, but you do slowly keep making your way. Do you want to still keep pushing upwards?
Yes.
Okay. All right. While this is happening, the rest of the group, you wish to stay where you are, proceed anywhere? What's the plan?
So, I don't really have any further purpose in this town. I don't know if there's anything you all want to get accomplished. Elion, do you want to see your family?
I've got what I need, thank you.
What did you get?
There's no response.
Darius looks around. Where is Elion? Elion, where are you?
I thought he was with you.
No, he didn't want to come back inside.
I just had to get something from my room.
Darius says to everyone in the group, but Elion. Does he seem a little weird right now? I mean, he's always a little weird, let's be real. But does he seem more weird at the moment?
Yes.
You can, even in the head, you can still hear like a bit of labored speech as Jak is inching his way up. He's faster than he looks right now. I don't know how he's getting away.
You're pursuing him.
I'm in his. I was in his room.
What is going on?
I was looking for Elion. He went underground. Poor guy had a terrible living situation.
What?
Yeah, hold on right there. Why?
Make sure you leave him out of this.
Bink. Mental lock. Chink. Now, why would his room be underground?
Poor childhood. Not loving family. Separation from being adopted. Self-exile.
He was adopted.
Didn't they live right here at Peaches? I mean, I grew up with a dirt floor. I know what it's like to have not a lot to your whole name in your family, but I mean, we're here in Grimlore. I mean, you've got like all this.
How
Did
long
it not-
ago did he kill his team?
I haven't told anyone that. Oh, wait, no, I told you guys. But it wasn't him. It was his body, but it wasn't his mind that did it.
So he didn't do it while he was young. It was like super, super recent.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
right before we found him, it was like there maybe I would say what, like a week may have passed in that time. Yeah.
Well, he liked to write. Lots of paper, lots of ink.
You had to go into his room to figure that out.
Well, I mean, if you saw the amount of paper and ink in here, you would also say, huh, that guy likes to write.
Did you ever think to read something? Figure out why he may be acting strange?
Well, I don't know how.
Well, I mean,
old.
to be fair, he is. I mean, he has gained a lot of new knowledge about. You know, he may have a potential twin living inside of his body that could leave someone feeling a little weird. He's now having to see his family, so that could be why he's being weird. He's acting like he just murdered someone.
Well, he's got a lot on his mind.
Speaking of his mind, if we're able to communicate with him through ours, which Elion can we talk to?
I don't think we should push that. I don't know how thin that veil is.
And I don't think I could talk to somebody I've never met or seen. Because
you talk to people you've never met or seen every time we go to a new city.
Well, I mean to try to talk to someone telepathically. I see the person I'm talking to. If I have to imagine somebody that looks just like Elion or a girl or whatever you said, it's I don't know. I feel like I would only be able to talk to Elion.
Well, to be fair, I don't know. I mean, if it's a twin, they probably look like Elion first. Second, you know kind of what they look like because you've seen a picture of Kira in his journal. That seems to be the preferred form it takes. It turned into a box of dust, a box of what black smoke when I left his body, so... I don't really need to tell you 1 second, but I'm gonna check on something. I'm gonna go back in pages.
Okay. So you headed back into pages. Jak, as you're kind of like shimmying your way forwards, you can see now that above you, you have hit some sort of wooden panel.
Nice. Yeah, Jak is going to move the wooden panel.
Okay. Roll a strength check.
Oh my gosh. You hate me. Okay. A 17 on the die, making it a 16.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you kind of like shimmy your arms up above kind of your head and duck down a little bit. You kind of like push the panel to the side. You look above and you can see that you can see two walls, one on either side. And just by kind of glancing up here and kind of looking around, you can see that you're essentially above is inside a wall.
Inside a wall?
Yeah, you can see like a wood wall one side, wood wall on the other. And if you were to come up in, you would be inside this wall.
Keep on trucking.
Okay, yeah, you gotta pull yourself out. Look left, you look right, you see that this abruptly stops about 7 foot away from you, about 5 foot behind you. As you look down, you see this small square panel that has some type of circular on the top of it. Two of these kind of circular, looks like wooden discs or something. It looks like you can kind of fit your fingers in them.
Yeah, Jak is going to look at this and see if he knows what this is.
Yeah, roll investigation for me.
10 on the die, plus 4, 14.
Okay, 14. You look at this, you've never seen these types of contraptions before. However, looking at where the hinges are kind of on this panel, you can understand that this is some type of locking mechanism.
All right.
You don't see a keyhole or anything, though.
Jak will stick his fingers in there.
Okay. Yeah. You jam your fingers in there. They only go about an inch in. There's just enough recess within these wooden circles for your fingers to go in, and you can feel that they move around.
Which way do they move around?
They seem to go in both directions. You can turn them left. You can turn them right. They move quite freely.
He's gonna do that number. So one left, one right.
Okay. Yeah, you pull them out. It moves quite freely. Nothing seems to happen.
Okay, he's gonna try all the way to the left, both of them.
Okay. Yeah, you go to spin it all the way to the left. Nothing.
He's gonna press his ear up against the wall, and he's gonna go to the right.
Okay. Roll a perception for me.
Excellent. Oh, that was almost in that one. 19.
19. Put your ear, and as soon as you start to turn, you hear boom. This massive slam against the wall almost hits your head back from it. Something hit the wall on the other side. Very hard.
Jak will kind of flinch back for a second. Did the right do anything?
You didn't hear anything, but turning it to the right just kept turning.
Okay. And Jak is going to think to Elion. Did you just throw something?
A few seconds goes by. Where are you, Jak?
How do I open this thing? It just goes left and right.
It's not wise to be in someone's personal space without their permission.
I know. It started as me just trying to find you to see if you were okay, and then your footsteps.
I am okay. This is a very
Okay.
trying time for me, and I feel like I need some time alone to process everything that's happening.
I will respect that. However, I don't want to crawl back through the dirt. So if you would kindly show me out, I will let you process.
A few seconds go by, and you're kind of like waiting. You hear boom, boom, boom. Your footsteps come over, and you hear as the whatever is on the other side releases, and the hatch opens, and like you get a view of the bottom half of Elion's robes and his feet as he kind of takes a few steps back.
Jak will kind of like crawl out, and he'll reach his hand up to Elion.
Elion just stands there.
A little help.
He reaches out his hand.
And Jak will take it, and he'll pull himself up. And as he stands up on his feet, he'll remain holding Elion's hand, and he'll kind of grip it a little harder, and he'll bring him in really close. I'll give you your privacy, but we're all here for whatever you need.
I appreciate that, Jak.
And then Jak will let go. So, where to?
He turns and he just gestures towards the door. As you get a look at this room, you can see this room is laced in dust. You can see a bed, you can see a writing desk, you can see shelves of books, you can see papers, you can see pictures pinned on the wall. The only place that kind of isn't covered in dust is the desk. And you see the desk there, and you see this book sitting on the desk, kind of like a gold-plated ridges on it. Very fancy looking. But you can see there's kind of been an area cleared under where the book sits. And you can tell that the chair is being pulled out. You can see the markings on the floor. But he gestures to the door.
As Jak walks by, he is going to not like walk over and look at this book, but what he can gather from passing and looking at it without making it. It's not that he's trying to hide that he's looking, but he's he's trying to get like surface level information off of it.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Go ahead and roll perception for me.
Ooh, great time to roll like this. 9.
So all you really gather is it's a fancy looking book. It's red in color with these gold, as I say, gold outside linings, the writing in gold in the front. And you catch a glimpse of the title that simply says The Renequium.
The Renequium. And Jak will head to the door, open it, and he will thank to Darius alone, and he will say, "This is just to you. Keep it that way. Have you ever heard of the Renequius?" As he walks out.
I mean, I have, but has
So-
Darius?
Darius, so you've never heard of the Renequius.
But the Renequium?
Oh,
But that's
my
what
bad.
Jak
Did I
said.
oh, dang it. I said it wrong already. The Renequium. That's what I meant.
So Darius, go ahead and roll a history for me.
Come on, rolls. Oh my god, come on. I'm using luck. Fuck this.
Yay.
Oh my god, a natural one.
Can you do it again?
No, don't use
no,
luck once.
it's per roll.
So what was your
So,
original
no.
roll?
It was a 2, so it's nothing. I don't have history. Oh, I have +5 in history, so it's a 7.
7. Okay. So yeah, you know surface level. You know that the Renequium. You know the general stuff. The Renequium was an order of magic users that only cared about learning about magic. Didn't care about controlling, didn't care about politics, whatever. And that they had 3 floating colleges that existed above Centorium. And they were all completely destroyed when the cataclysm happened.
If you mean the Renequium, yes, I have heard of it, but it was destroyed in the cataclysm.
Well, I think Elion has a copy of a textbook or something from there. Very fancy, gold. But I wasn't able to read it too much besides the title.
Jack,
oh.
as you Jack, as you go to leave, the door doesn't budge. You realize that the key is on this side and still locked.
Is the key in it?
Yep.
Then yeah, Jack will turn the key. Do you want me to leave it open?
Close it behind you, please.
Jack will walk out and close the door.
Sorry, Darius, go ahead.
Don't remember what I was going to say.
Boo.
So Jack, yeah, as you come out this door, you realize now you're in a hallway. You see a couple of different rooms. One straight ahead, one at the end of the hall. You see 2 more, one to the left, one to the right. We can see this corridor opens out into another room. Where do you want to go?
Jack's gonna slowly creak the door back open. How do I get out of here without freaking anyone out?
Looks over you. Down the hall. To the right. The stairs down. And the left. It'll lead you to the main room.
Okay, down the hall to the right, then something to the left. Jack will start wandering that way, being light-footed.
Okay. Go ahead and roll stealth for me.
Yikers! Oh wait, I get a plus 18 right now, so dirty 20.
Nice.
Roll a 2.
So yeah, as you start to kind of like quietly walk away from the door, you do indeed hear the door fully close, and you hear the lock, the lock behind. But yeah, you continue down. As you kind of get to the end of this hallway and you take a look around, you can see straight ahead to the left, it comes out to look like a kitchen area. You can see a stove and such there, but as you turn to the right, you can see some stairs that lead further down to the right. You take that, assuming?
Yep, stairs.
Yeah, you take that. As you travel down a little bit, you can see it opens out into, looks like some sort of living space. You see like a big hearth and a fire. But as you look to the left, you can see there's a hallway that leads further down to a door at the end. A heavy set wooden door.
That one.
Yes. Head on down. Perfectly confident nobody has heard you whatsoever. As you get to the door, this door not locked. You can feel it give some give. And as you kind of like open and kind of look around, you can kind of recognize from this perspective that this is the top kind of left corner of the store on the upper level.
Jack kind of, and he's gonna reach in his pouch. He's gonna pull out his dust. He's gonna dust himself invisibly, and then he's gonna creak the door open as quiet as he can, and he's going to silently go out and go back to where he was standing by the guard.
Okay. Roll a d4 for me.
Okay. It's a coverage roll. Oh, that is a 4. It landed on one of my figurines, though. So 4.
Okay. Yeah, so as you kind of sprinkle the dust, you manage to get all of it on you. So you have 4 minutes of invisibility. So more than enough time for you to quietly work your way out and up against the the building. And as the visibility kind of just fades, and you're just standing as if you never left.
Excellent. That's cool.
On the outside, what is everybody else doing?
I was going back in.
Yeah, sorry about that. So you're heading back in. Trey and Mastos, what are you guys up to?
How much was Elion speaking to everybody? Like, did we hear all the stuff he was saying?
No, he was only saying that to Jak and verbally. He actually didn't say any of that in his mind. It was just verbally. So the only time you've heard him speak is once, I believe.
Okay. I think we've kind of committed to not really talking to Elion in our head right now. So I think Trey would probably just check in. Are you going to see if Elion's inside? Speaking to Darius.
No. I'm going to make sure he didn't murder his parents.
Jak, are you still inside the building, Jak?
Has Trey moved?
Nope.
I'd say, yeah, after about a minute, you just see Jak kind of slowly reappearing as the dust wears off. And he just looks at you. Yeah, I made it. As he says it out loud.
That's pretty good, Jak. I don't usually lose sight of people. That's impressive. But I thought you went inside. Did you speak with Elion?
I did. He says, in his mind, yes. I'm assuming went to his old room, and then an area he used to either play, Jak does the finger quotes as he's saying it, play in, but he did get something from the room, and now he's in his actual room, and he is reading a book that's very fancy. The Requiem. Renequium. Gosh, I need to write all these things down.
It's not a joke, man. It's not a joke.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to write it down. It's literally in our Discord. That's his other campaign.
I'm working on it. And he seemed to need some time. He, I wouldn't say he heard me coming, but I was kind of stuck in a wall. And, so he knew it was me, though, because I guess the only one that follows people.
He knew you were in the wall, Jak. That sounds... Darius is going in there by himself right now. Did you see anything out of sorts? Should we be following Darius?
I don't think so. I think it would draw more attention if we all just piled in. I know how to get to the room, but I don't think it's necessary. I think he does need his space.
Well, Darius is going to go check on everyone, and if things are fine, maybe we can move on.
Yeah, we have a basilisk to kill, so.
At this point, Darius, you enter. You can see that the young lady is still stationed in the central desk.
Howdy, ma'am.
Hello. How can I help you?
I was just wondering if the owners of this fine establishment were around.
They're here. Is there a problem?
Not particularly, no. This is going to be a weird request. Could you just go check on them for me? He's gonna take a platinum piece and place it down on the desk and like between his finger and the desk and spin it with his thumb.
She kind of looks around and I will go look, sir, but I can't accept any tips for my services. She looks really nervous as she looks around.
I'm gonna look around. Is anybody that would consider this illegal paying any mind?
Roll perception.
Oh, fuck. Oh no! Ooh, it didn't fall off my desk. Hey, that's better. I think that's a 17.
17. You can see that her eyes, as she kind of looks around, kind of wander more over to the southeast corner, where you kind of clock the Centorium person that had approached Jak previously, still standing over by the bookshelves.
Understood. And I will say very quietly, I'll make sure this gets to you.
Very kind. I will go check on my parents. A strange
Appreciate
request, but I will. And she starts looking around. Just a moment. And she kind of bends behind the desk, and you hear a couple of different clicks. And she kind of smiles and nods her head a little bit, and looks a little bit wary, but leaves to walk over towards the. You see a door to the west, in the west side of the room.
Okay. Is the guy still watching me, or is he watching at all?
So he doesn't look like he's watching. He's literally leafing through a book.
Okay. I'm going to, because I should still have the hood up. I didn't activate it though, because that
Right.
was part of my guys.
Yeah, you dirty
So
guy.
I will. I will activate the hood at this point.
Oh, okay. So you're trying to do this without anybody seeing you?
Yes.
Because there's still customers with the store.
So okay. Yeah. Then in that case, so if I have to, I'll do it in a way where like I'll walk around a bookshelf and then just
Right.
turn it on.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and roll a stealth for me without the hood first, without the activation.
I think that's a dirty 20. Actually, 21.
That's with your pass without a trace. Oh no, you didn't get that.
No, I don't. I didn't
Yeah,
get
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That would have
Right.
been 31 otherwise.
Anyways, yes, you absolutely kind of take a glance around, and as you kind of like take a step to the bookshelf on the right, noticing nobody there, you just quickly say the incantation, and then invisible you are.
Okay, and that will go over. I want to go behind the desk. I assume she opened something for me to put the money in.
As you go behind the desk and you look, and kind of based on where the sounds came from, you can see these little boxes that.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna wait here. As she approaches the desk, I will slip the coin into her pocket, and then I'll walk back from the thing and take the hood off,
Okay.
or deactivate the hood, I guess, because I don't want
Right.
to take it off.
Minutes goes by, and you see her come back out of the door to the west, not locked. Briskly comes over, and he just kind of is like looking around. Goes into the center area. It's just looking around, looking to see
Okay,
where you
I will-
are.
I will go slip the coin into, like, if she has something loose that it's easy to slip into, that's even better.
Yeah, she kind of has robes, and then she's wearing. It's not an apron as such, but you can see she has stuff kind of stuffed in there for cleaning and things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could
Any-
drop it in there.
Yeah, any loose pocket, I'll just walk by, drop it, and then I'll go back behind the same shelf and turn the hood off.
Okay, roll a sleight of hand for me.
Sure. 25. But like I do want her to
Okay.
feel the coin like drop in. I just don't want anybody else to notice it. That's all.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so you put it kind of in her front little pouch that you can see she has some stuff already, and you kind of drop it, and you kind of just give it a little bit of a tug on it. She kind of just looks around for a second and starts looking down as you loop around and deactivate, and you kind of see her looking in her pocket as you approach the desk again.
I'll come back. Apologies, I was just browsing your collection.
Oh, sorry, you startled me a little there. Yes, the owners, they're fine. They're cataloging.
Happy to
See?
hear it. Thank you so much. And he's gonna smile, wink at her, and press the digitation a little like king on his teeth.
Thank you. Thank you.
No problem. Have a great day. Keep those pockets clean.
Yes, you too. Still looking a little bit confused and worried.
It's gonna head out.
Okay.
And I will relay to the group. His parents are obviously not Elion. His parents are safe. I don't know what he came here for. Jack, you said he took something, so hopefully that's what it was.
Most likely. I don't think we'll have anything to worry about.
Well, I don't know what we have to worry about anymore. When he finds out what he did, or his body did, or... I don't even know how to explain how that happened. I don't think he's going to take it well.
Well, if he's going to bring the Requiem with him, then he might read it as much as he does his journal. We might have a chance to ask him about it.
No, I can't see him keeping that book from us. There's nothing private in it. It's just a book about an old college. Think of them like my... You can't see me do air quotes. Think of them as Magnus's order, the Conciso sorcerers, but they didn't have any agenda. They just wanted to learn about magic. That was their passion.
Nerds.
Yes, well, look what nerds can do.
Jack has something to say, but he's not saying it.
I can't see him smirking either, so I can't make any comments on it.
All right, so Darius, you're heading out?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, so Jack's it. Unless the guys outside really wanted to do anything different, and kind of just waiting for this all to come to head, you see Darius exiting. The guards kind of just nodding in acknowledgement. Jack, you see Darius as well coming out. What does everybody do?
Jack is going to start before Darius makes it out the second time. He is going to start heading northwest.
Okay.
To gain some distance from the guards and himself, since there was a spat between Darius and Jack.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you put a little distance between you and the front of pages. Yeah.
Yep. And then Jack will just probably get out, I'd imagine 30 to 50 feet, and then he'll slow his pace down.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Trey, Mastos at the tree. You see Darius coming out. You see Jack kind of heading off to the northwest, away from pages.
Yeah, seeing Jack moving towards Hank's Gambit, I'm assuming Trey is probably understanding that, having seen that interaction before, that Jack wants to put a little space here. So I think Trey will let Jack get that space, probably maybe even get out of eyesight before he looks at the other guys and does that sort of head nod towards Jack.
Darius and Mastos, you kind of follow that direction and start heading?
I'm going to communicate. This will be to everyone, so Elion will be in the communication, whether he answers or not, just so he can hear. Mm-hmm. So what are the next steps? I need to go to the ruins, but they are 2 hours northwest of town. I'm at about half my capacity in terms of my arcane power. So, do you want to spend a day in town and head out tomorrow morning?
Well, Elion, what can you tell us about? It's to the northwest, at least. That's what he's been saying. Do you know anything about this?
Yes, there's a ruined temple to the northwest. It's about 2 hours away by foot. Not interrupted. Nothing to see out there.
And under the words, where did I put it? I had it 2 seconds ago. Oh, there we go. Sunala Flarouche mean anything to you?
Path of the Watcher.
Any correlation to the ruins?
Not that I'm aware of, but I haven't done a lot of research on the ruins. More into books than places.
Right. Okay. Well, my original question, do you want to spend a day in town or do you want to just go? This is to everybody, not just Elion.
I don't think there's much here for anyone. Perhaps we should make our way when we can.
I just thought more in terms of resting.
Well, I don't know how to say this, but I don't experience whatever it means to not have the magic that you need inside of you. So is that gonna
Think of it like this, Trey. If you were to sprint from here all the way to those ruins over broken glass, you'd be pretty burnt out, right? You would need some rest.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like that, except instead of internal, it's a connection to whatever. I don't fully understand where the magic comes from since the cataclysm took everything, but I apparently have a connection to it. And the more I use it, the easier it's gotten, but it's still taxing on my body.
All right. That it would be unfair of us to ask you to do something that would make you uncomfortable, especially if it's so draining.
It's not so much about comfort. It's more, if you take my analogy, you wouldn't be able to sprint until you rested, correct? After that long sprint.
Right, you only got so much in the tank.
Exactly. So think of that, except instead of sprinting, it's me using my magical abilities.
Sure. If you need some rest to get your capacity back, I can understand that. Does anybody else feel like it's okay for us to stay here for a day, just to get him rested up?
Either way, we can travel, and I think I'll be fine for a travel. If you want to go there, we can rest. I can always put the dome up.
I think the city has nothing to offer. It's all hidden behind servitude.
It's also difficult because we can't really pretend like we know each other here.
I feel a bit sequestered, if I'm honest. I'd like to get out of here, at least out from under the thumb of the Centorium.
Well, I did talk a gentleman into meeting me after hours who might be willing to sell some stuff, so I kind of already made plans.
Okay, well, if we're going to stay into the evening, then maybe we stay here for the night and leave in the morning.
I think we can keep the facade up that long.
I mean, I can just go fuck off to a corner of the city while you guys do what you need to do. You guys could stay in an inn, truthfully. I'll just pop the dome up, even if I have to do it on the outskirts of town so the guards don't make a big deal out of it.
Do you have to go to this fallen ruin at some hour?
There wasn't anything that mentioned a specific time, right? It was just, I wrote everything you said down, so I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything.
I don't know. Might have to read it again and just, I don't know.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to go back and read the book again just to make sure.
No, you wrote it down properly.
Well, I also skimmed the book. I didn't know if there was I had to be there at this time.
No, sorry. You got the message you're supposed to get. It's just I'm not going to give you any hints on translating that.
Yeah, dude, don't ruin your immersion.
Well, I also have to know what my immersion is. No, I don't think there was a specific time. At least if there was, I didn't pick up on it. Maybe you should go read the book since you're so astute at reading.
If I had to give you an astute guess, I would say midnight or noon.
Okay. You're
Do you know
basing
what
that on-
happens at midnight and noon?
The sun is at its highest point at noon, and midnight becomes a new day.
I guess you did study.
Right. Well, okay. I'm gonna go away. Do whatever you need to do. And I will go find somewhere that I can kind of just chill out for the day. I do want to contact a Mantrum too, so keep that in mind.
Anybody want to kill a Basilisk?
Trick
Don't
cracks
think-
knuckles. All right.
I don't
If we're
think
gonna
we
be
want
here
to
for
do
a
that
day,
if I'm at half capacity. Just saying.
They said it's one, aren't they? Like,
I tell you
tiny?
what. If we're gonna be staying here, we'll let Darius rest. We don't overcommit to the basilisk, but we can at least go and see where it's at. And if we can find it, maybe just the information's enough to get a reward. At least it shows a bit of initiative. So if you like, I'll go with you.
Friends.
I think we have to go to the tower. Tell them we're interested.
Can't be that hard to find. You're probably talking about Tiberian Tower, down in the south of town. Bit of a walk from here, not too far.
Well, does Darius want us to go to the ruins with him, or is this a solo trip?
Are you asking him specifically, or are you asking me?
He's talking to you, to Darius, to everyone, because he still has a bit of a lead.
Well, I don't want to travel 2 hours from town by myself. If I got jumped while I was out there, I can't exactly ask you to come help me immediately.
I could come and assist you, Darius.
Like you're going to come with me, or you could be there instantly.
No, if you don't wish to go alone, I can come with you. With both of us,
I
I'm
was
sure
kind
would
of-
be safe.
I was kind of hoping everyone would come, but you're welcome. I
We
guess.
can go. Can't
Darius cuts Elion off, and he's like, "Don't let him kill me! Don't let him kill me! Don't let him kill me!"
Yeah, we can go. Trey, isn't there like a version of you or a thing of you here that can go talk to those guys?
It's not quite like that. I call it borrowing because having them become a bit of here, but not entirely here. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense,
No, it doesn't.
but they can, you can see through the eyes. Actually, I don't know if Trey knows this. There are times, Mastos can see through the eyes of Almos, but he can't have Almos speak for him. At least I don't think so. It seemed like a bit of a challenge to be able to communicate things between the two. Seeing doesn't mean that you can be replacement. So I can see and I can ask, but it's not really here. Not exactly.
Don't you know like sign language?
Oftentimes the experience isn't quite so one-to-one like that. If I did borrow someone, it would be for a short time, and I suppose we could attempt to communicate, but it doesn't normally work that way. Oftentimes I can see through them, and it's almost like if I can't see through them, I can't see for myself. And I've never really said it out loud before, but sometimes it can be a bit hard to tell exactly where I even belong. So I try not to blur the lines much.
So there's a difference of you just having a borrowed version to just do mundane things versus when you're beating the brakes off me.
There are times when I can have someone near, and when they're near, it's a bit different, but then I can also choose to view as if I were them. I sort of become them in a way, kind of. It's a bit spooky because sometimes I forget exactly where I'm meant to be. I try not to think about it too hard. So I could borrow someone right here and now. But they would need to be near me so I could keep them grounded. Or I could choose to become a part of them and they could be here more, but it would require more of me. And it's not something where I can maintain them here at a great distance without it requiring something of me. Does that make sense?
No, but I believe you.
So I could have someone come here right now and be near us, but I couldn't send them off to the Tiberian Tower. They would just dissipate. Unless I commit myself to maintaining that connection, in which case I would see as if I were them. And yes, we could go, I could go, they could go to the Tiberian Tower.
If you look in the direction of Jak, you'll see that he is hitting his head into the nearest hard object as he's trying to comprehend everything. So it sounds like we're not going to go basilisk hunting, and it sounds like we're going to go to a ruin where we'll find a borrowed monk tray if anything goes badly.
Well, it seems to me like it would be a possibility, but I need to get closer to know.
Yes, and Jak's just going to continue because his brain's hurting.
Yeah. All right. So Jak's continuing northwest. So you're kind of going towards Hank's Gambit and the Heavy Nail kind of area of the city. The rest of you were following, going that way? I'm assuming, or
Yeah, there was.
not.
no? Okay.
I thought we were going to the ruins first. No.
Did we decide on that?
I guess not.
No, they're still
What
talking
time
about
is
it.
That's fair.
Right now it's 5 o'clock. You guys arrived at 2.
So if it takes 2 hours uninterrupted, and the gentleman said to meet him at 9.
Sure.
You should really take notes, man.
Really, you should.
I'm getting
take,
punished so hard right now.
He said after close. I think he did say 9. I think he used to give you a time.
Yeah, that's like 9 sounded familiar. So it's like 6. And so yeah, we could make it there, and then I would have time to come back and meet the fellow.
What time do you have to meet him?
I believe 9. I'd like to get there a little early, just in case.
So then we don't have time. Because if it takes 2 hours to get there, and then I have to do what I have to do, we would have to go there and come straight back for you to be there at 9 o'clock.
Well, I was thinking about making sure you got there safely, and
Oh, and then just
leaving.
dipping.
Yeah.
Great. So you drop me off at the ruin. I go into the mysterious magic hole where we have no idea what's in there. Could possibly be the Crimson Ark. And you're going to be on your way back to town.
You did say they wanted to kill me, and you're trying to find them. But I
Yes.
see your point. So let's hang out until dark. Shops close.
Why don't we just stay here for the night? I don't understand why that's a problem.
Yeah, I already voted for that.
Okay. I will keep going in my direction then, to somewhere that I can rest for the evening.
Where Where would you like to go, Darius?
Do we have a map of like an overview of Grimlore?
So Pages is the northeast, Tiberian Tower to the south, Woolies to the southwest, and Heavy Nail and Hank's Gambit to the northwest.
I'm going to stay at Woolies. Nobody else, please. Just find somewhere else to stay. You can probably ask Pages, although I don't think Elion would like that very much. Right. I will make my way to Woolies.
All right. So you guys see Darius start heading down southwest towards Woolies. What's everybody at? Where exactly is everybody else going or doing?
Well, if we're just staying the night here, I guess, right? Because I am going to head out of the city then.
Okay. The city, from your traipsing around, you know that there's the entrance you came in, which is to the southeast, and there's an exit to the west of the city as well. Which exit would you like to head towards?
I would like to go to the southeast one because I know that's a more forested type exit area.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. You can head out that direction. Trey?
I think Trey's probably gonna follow along with Jak. Jak had mentioned this basilisk quest a whole bunch, and he's a little bit worried that Jak's chomping at the bit, as it were, to get after it. And he already told him that he would compromise and at least help Jak find the basilisk, if that is something that was going to be happening. So Trey will stay nearby with Jak, and maybe start thinking to himself where he's going to stay for the night.
And then Jak, where are you heading at this moment?
Well, if we are staying the night, how far away is this tower that we have to go to get information?
It's just the bottom of the town, so 15 minutes.
He's going to start heading there.
Okay. So Trey and Jak heading down towards the tower. Mastos heading southeast towards out of the city. And Darius heading southwest towards Woolies. Okay. Perfect. As you guys make your way to your different destinations, we will take a break and be back in about 8 minutes.
Big boy.
All right, welcome back. So, when we left off, you guys all split up. I know this might be the first time this has ever happened, but Darius heading down to Woolies. The walking through the town square and such, as you guys kind of start to split up, you can see it is obviously quieting down a lot. The stalls already kind of, any that aren't packed up already are currently packing up to be put away, even though there's still a light left in the day. You still see the guards meandering around. Trey and Jak, as you head towards Tiberian Tower, you can see this thing again looks very much like a small castle in the middle of this town. Even has a small outer courtyard, sort of a small wall, where two guards are standing right outside the front of this kind of opening. Yeah, as you get a little bit closer, you see these two armored guards standing, and they just kind of nod the head towards you to acknowledge you approach. What do you guys do?
Jak does a random, weird hand gesture, soldier, as he makes his way through.
Citizen, and he just kind of like moves his halberd to the side. How can we be of service?
I heard you guys have a basilisk problem.
That is one of the current issues at hand, yes. You know somebody that could take care of it?
Know somebody? I am somebody who can take care of it.
Kind of looks over to the other guard. The other guard, little chuckle thing. Very well. You can proceed in and request a permit.
Did you say the other guard chuckled?
Yep.
Wow. Jak will walk past him.
Okay. Yeah, you walk past, see the open courtyard. Not much going on in the courtyard. You do see some training dummies and such set up. You do see pushed off to the sides stuff that you haven't seen before, but look like oversized crossbows and things like that, kind of pushed up along the sides of these small walls. But yeah, you get to the front doors and you see two more guards at the front of this castle. You see a small table sits to the right, and you see a gentleman sitting behind. He's got kind of like this hat that kind of like flicks up here. It's got like a feather in the side of it. He's got glasses on. You can see he's got parchment down there, a stack of parchment on the right hand side. As you get a little bit closer, you see there's absolutely nothing written on it. He has a quill, ink sitting there. He has a smile on his face as he's watching you guys approach. Hello. Yes, come. Looking for work? Are you signing up? New recruits? What can we do for you today?
We're here to get some information on the basilisk issue.
Ah, very well. You wish to undertake this task for Centorium. Excellent. You are the first and possibly the last, as you will obviously complete this mission very easily with such powerful adventures as such as yourselves. Yes.
You see Jak looking around like, this is a good change of pace. Yes, we need a permit, I guess, and once this task is complete, or once we get the permit to this task, we are going to get this done, obviously, but will that allow us to buy actual things from shops?
Oh, that'll be up to Commander Thresh, of course. Makes the decisions of that as to what is warranted for the special reservoirs of items and such in Grimlore, but I'm sure people like yourself will have no problems whatsoever.
Excellent. Do you want to go get them?
He kind of looks at the guards a little bit. Could I have your names, perchance?
Yes, I am Jak.
Name's
Jak
Trey.
of the
ATLADS.
and Trey of the.
Just try.
Where do you hail from, no sirs, no second
Copenhagen.
name. Where?
Copenhagen.
Ah, okay, and Jak of the ATLADS.
Mhm.
Ah, right. Well, let me see what the commander has to say about your request for the reward. Yes, I will be right back. See him kind of scoot his chair back a little bit and tap his fingers on the table, move his eyes a little bit, and he turns and he goes in the door between the two guards. At this time, Mastos, you exit this city to the southeast. You see the guards still there. Gonna nod to you on the way by. To the left, you see the stables. What do you wish to do?
I wish to go off into the forest a little bit. You know, not too far from the city, just far enough. You know, a little clearing.
Yeah, for sure. You head as you head more east, about 10 minutes down, it starts to open up into a little bit more of a dense forest on the northerly side of the road, so you can definitely head in there.
I like that. Yeah.
What are you going to do in this forest?
I'm in this forest. Just two simple things. I'm just checking the weather with Druid Calf tonight. I want to see the forecast.
Okay. Yeah, you put
And-
your staff in the ground, and the roots kind of tendril into the ground itself. The trees start to unfurl at the top, and as the trees kind of start to turn, you start to see this small bead start to form in the center, almost like it's like a pearl. It's kind of white, shiny bead, but it slowly starts to grow and turn. And you can see it kind of like start to thin out. You can start to see turn into water, almost like a whirlwind that's happening on top of the staff. You see little flicks of water start spinning off this, and then it slowly stops turning. Dissolves back into the staff. Looks like it's going to be a stormy evening.
I turn around and head back into town.
What was the second? You wanted to do two things, right?
Yeah, not anymore. It's gonna rain. I don't want to be out here and do that.
All right. You pick up your staff and
Yeah.
start heading back towards the town.
I was literally just gonna transform my staff and rest in a tree all night.
You can still
but-
do that if you want.
It's gonna be pouring out. Well, you know what? Hold on. Okay. I would like to transform. This is what I'll do. While the staff is in the ground.
Mhm.
Hold on. I have it in my notes. I had it up. I was waiting for this. I will. Look at my tree. It's gonna rain. Sad. Close my eyes. Think of the elder. And say, Duish Fravik. And the tree will grow. Because I activate its ability.
Yeah, as the staff, as the roots dig deeper, and not only do they dig deeper, they start to expand, like the thickness of your leg as they start to kind of like push into the earth. Very slowly, the center of the staff starts to expand and kind of split. You think it's splitting and breaking, but then from inside becomes more wood as it kind of reinforces around it. Starts to layer itself out, almost like rings of a tree over years and years. It starts to work its way outwards. And then slowly starts to grow up, and those unfurling tree pieces at the top start to open up and start to form color and green as it stretches 60 feet into the air. And you're underneath the giant tree that you have now formed.
I will look up at this tree in awe. My hand on it. So beautiful. And I will climb up it to go to sleep.
Okay. Well, acrobatics or athletics for me.
Okay, that's gonna be a 12.
Was it acrobatics or was it athletics?
That was acrobatics.
Acrobatics. Okay. Easy to do. With this tree being of your own creation and your Saytr nimbleness with your mithril leaps, you hop from branch to branch very easily and delicately, up as far as you wish to go within this beautiful tree. How high up do you wish to go?
Well, I'm not going up to the canopy. I
60
will
feet.
sleep. Yeah. I will go about 40 feet. Good 20 feet under the canopy.
Okay.
Actually, good 10 feet under. 10 feet under, because I want. If it's going to be stormy, it's going to be a bit windy. So.
Hmm.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe
So,
15.
are
Yeah,
you
it's just
planning
nuts.
on trying to go to sleep now, or are you gonna wait until it's nighttime?
Oh, I'm just relaxing.
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go up. You get a really good view. You can see from where you are. You can get a good view of the edge of the town. Seeing the city wall. You can see the towers. You can see the top of the castle. Yeah, it's pretty peaceful. Far enough away, you don't hear the din and the kind of the busyness of the town.
The hustle and bustle.
Perfect.
Good.
All right, excellent. And then Darius, yeah, you traipse your way across. You get into Woolies. Almost just as busy as it was last time you were there. People everywhere, the different levels. There's people eating, laughing, drinking. What do you wish to do? You're muted. Unless I have you.
No.
Okay.
I guess I'll approach the bar and I'll just be like, "Howdy. Do you have any rooms?"
You see this human, kind of short, spiky blonde hair, well dressed. Absolutely, we do. How many nights are you staying, good sir?
Just for the evening, thanks.
Not a problem. May I have your name for the ledger?
It'll be Digby Loudness.
Dig me loudness. What an excellent adventuring name. You an adventurer, sir?
Of sorts.
Excellent. That'll be 5 silver.
We'll give him 5 silver.
He gives you a key, and just up to the top there, 3rd level up on the right, the 2nd door will be yours.
3rd level up on the right, 2nd door. All right, I'll make my way up.
Have a great evening.
You as well, thank you.
I'll just head and you start making your way.
Make my way.
So you start making your way up there, back at the tower. Trey and Jak, the gentleman, comes back out with a little bit of a confused look on his face. Like, oh, well, you've been requested to have an audience with Commander Suresh. Follow me, please. And he kind of turns and starts walking back through the door.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just follow that guy.
Okay. You guys as you walk in, there's kind of it's a stone hallway leading into a nice open, you would think of this almost the floor of the bottom of a mansion. Like, you see these stairs leading up in the middle. You see 2 stairs going out to the right. You see doorways left. You see doorways right. Suits of armor all lined up. And this gentleman leads you up the stairs. Up to the top level, you see these big double doors right at the top of the stairs, currently open. You guys follow him up. You can see there's 2 guards, one on either side, heavily armored. As you walk in, you see at the end of the room, you wouldn't call it a throne necessarily, but a large stone seat right at the center at the back. And you notice behind that, against the wall, Jak, you've seen one of these before. There's a large war machine, automaton warrior, just motionless, just standing against the wall. Very reminiscent of Invid Moria's mansion. Motionless. Trey, you've seen some of these in books and such before, but very rarely get to see them. This is it's about 15 foot high, made of metal, and you know that these were used during certain wars, where they could be given basic fighting commands, but nothing of any detail or personality or anything like that. But yeah, standing behind, and you see this gentleman sitting on the stone chair. You can see that although armored, this armor very different than these heavily armored Centorium soldiers. You see these metal plates, but they're small and they're layered. And you see the pauldrons and the chest plate. You can see that it's all connected by these small latches, metal latches on all of it. He sits there, long brown hair kind of pushed to the side. One half it kind of comes down to the shoulder, one half down here just a little bit. Has a bit of a smile on his face as the gentleman walks you in as you enter into this large, comparing almost to a throne room. You see columns on the left and the right. You see 2 guards. At the entrance, you also see 2 guards standing in the far east and west wall. As it brings you up, and you can see these steps lead up onto this sort of throne, if you will. And here we go. This is Jak of the ATLADS and Trey from Copenhagen. And you see the gentleman at the top bows down. Welcome, gentlemen. Please come. He gestures down below to the bottom of the stairs in front of him.
Jak approaches.
Yeah, for sure.
Bartel, you may leave us. We have some things to discuss. Kind of waves his hand. You see the gentleman with the feather in his hat kind of bow. Yes, of course. Of course. And he starts shimmying his way out there pretty quick. So you've come here for some work, I hear. Basilisk you wish to slay for us.
Yes, if that's okay.
Oh, of course. All the help to Centorium is welcomed. Pray tell, is it only the 2 of you that wish to embark on this endeavor?
There may be more. Depends on how well my recruiting goes.
Well, you are Jak of the ATLADS. Where are the rest of these lads?
All over. We tend to not stay together all the time.
Are they here with you? Will they be helping you on this endeavor? Are they in different towns, different cities, embarking on different journeys?
Some here, some there.
He chuckles, a little smile. You know, there's a lot of details to this mission. Perhaps we should talk a little bit more in private. And he looks over at the guards and waves. You see the guards from the east and west wall nod their head, and they kind of hit their halberds against the ground. You walk into the center of the room and start walking out. And as they kind of reach the guards at the entrance, they kind of turn and follow in suit and close the doors behind. He leans back in his chair a little bit and leans off to one side. You can see him clearly eyeing you both up and down. Actually, I think I want complete privacy. And then you notice on the back 2 ledges, you see apparating 2 leather armored individuals with bows at their sides. Uncover themselves, and they nod as they leap down to the ground and head out towards the doors. As the doors close behind them. He gives you both a smile. So, what would be the perfect reward for Jak of the ATLADS for completing such a dangerous mission?
I mean, to be frank, we're passing through, and I was hoping to procure some better items, but with your restrictions, I figured what is it
What would be the perfect reward? General items, magical help, blah, blah. Perfect reward. For you, Jak of the ATLADS.
some custom arrows.
Exciting. Trey of Copenhagen. What can Centorium offer you for your services on this dangerous mission?
Speaking with Jak, he's an interest in taking out this basilisk. I told him that we'd come along and at least find the thing, see what the fight looks like. If we can take it, if it be easy kill, yeah, we'll clean it up just fine. But I don't intend to get into a bad fight, get myself killed. So I don't want to sell you wrong. But if the kill's there, we will take it, make no mistake. If something were going to be rewarded to me, now what could you have that I might truly wish to find? Tell you what, about 20 years ago, there was a suicide, at least what was called a suicide, with no investigation whatsoever. I tried to get it opened. They laughed me out the room. I tried to make things happen for myself, and I made a few enemies. Why don't you do me a favor? If we take out this basilisk, see what you can do to reopen that investigation.
I have many areas of Centorium at my disposal. Perhaps this could be an option. But I don't believe that only the two of you could accomplish this. Where is, at least Darius?
You see Jak, like, his face actually shift from him, like, thinking he's keeping a good poker face to where he's suddenly just like, He's here.
And Mastos.
Jak's gonna put his hands up for a second. Who are you again?
And Elion. The ATLADS, yes, Jak of the ATLADS.
And everybody in town said they didn't know who we were. Yet you do.
He chuckles a little bit. As he kind of smiles, you see his hair start to change color. You see this long white silvery hair start to appear, kind of draped over his shoulders. Pale skin. Well, if you had have been a little bit quieter around town, I wouldn't have had to pull you in here.
That's right,
Making
Con.
such a fuss.
And you are?
Well, I'm trying to find out information for Darius, but here you are trying to kill basilisks. Is this really the best use of the time? I'm working very hard to get this information, and here you are just peddling small tasks like this. The great mighty Jak Nara, I've heard of your wondrous abilities in combat.
Well, I apologize if we interrupted anything, and
Oh, no, of course, no apology needed at all. I just concerned for your safety. Magnus worries for you all, of course.
well, I have been informed of you, and I think your friend.
Oh, Most certainly. I would do what I can to help, of course. I just wish you not to be in unnecessary danger when it's not needed.
Understood. Well, we're going to do a task tomorrow morning. I don't know what I should tell you.
Only what you need to. No need to divulge anything that you don't wish to talk about. Jak, of course. I'm here to help in whatever way I can. In fact, let's start with this. And he pulls out this piece of paper, and you can see the Centorium symbol on the back of it. And he hands it out with a smile to you.
You see Jak kind of tension kind of go away. Oh, okay. And he'll go up and he'll take it.
This should give you access to those restricted items, etc. that you wish to have access to. I would advise, however, that not to mention too much about the ATLADS when Centorium is in control of specific areas. Not too pleased to hear of other people other than themselves doing good for the citizens. Good for the citizens.
Of course.
But would exercise caution. Of course, I've been trailing this Paradon and getting information where I can. I was lucky enough to catch the commander of this place on a journey, and with a little bit of persuasion and a bit of stabbing, got myself here unbeknownst to the rest. So I will make use of this for as long as I can and help you for as long as I can.
Interesting way of doing things, but
Well, I tend to not try to get my hands dirty unless it's needed.
well, you talk well. So if you want us to not stir up a ruckus, then I guess we can accomplish that by not clearing their bounty board and joining the military.
Oh, by all means you can do that if it would further what you're trying to do. Oh, of course, it gives you leverage from within. And he kind of looks around, kind of waves at where he's sitting. I can sign off on certain things, but giving the appearance of helping Centorium, especially to the gods and the people around you, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Do you want me to talk to Darius and ask him?
Jak, I don't need you or want you to do anything. You make the decisions for yourself. You're the leader of the ATLADS. I mean, as long with Darius at least, you've accomplished this much. I would not step in to step on your toes whatsoever. I have my tasks assigned to me that I'll be completing, of course, and I'm only here to assist when needed.
Well, the task I wanted was to get this, and now I have it. So I am ready to go rest.
You wish to stay in the castle, or are you staying at Woolies, or are you roughing it out?
This castle?
I like to call it a castle. It's a tower, but, one can dream.
Trey, do you want to stay here, or do you want to...
Darius will be staying at Woolies, and it would look best if we didn't stay there with him. I suppose staying here at the castle isn't a bad alternative.
Maybe when you go back to looking like the other guy, bossing us around a bit, and we can listen and show a bit of servitude to Centorium.
I like the way you think. A little bit of deception can go a long way.
Yeah, I don't think I'm good at it, but I will do what you tell me to.
Oh, I'm sure with practice, your capabilities in that regards may eventually match your capabilities in combat prowess.
Every time he mentions like Jack's capabilities and him being a leader, he stands even straighter and straighter. Yeah. Well, is there anything you need now, or I wanted to go shopping, but now that I have this, I can.
Well, is there any specific items you were to procure? Perhaps I could help with that.
I wanted some specialty potions, potions of haste, flying, invisibility. I wanted to get some arrows that are a little more dangerous than just your basic arrow. Not a hunting tip. Some healing potions. And any cool magic items to look at or to peruse. I don't really have any idea of what I would want.
I have been trying to start a collection. Already lost a special piece, but it's going to good use. Darius has it. Being put to good use, which is great. The start of a collection, I think.
The ring.
Yes.
I got to
modified spell storing ring, so that I could communicate with Magnus and back and forth and retrieve my missions and check in when needed.
Well,
you say that you've used it.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to Dana, and so I got to use it.
I'm not familiar. Magnus did not mention a Dana. Is this another ATLAD?
Honorary, I guess. She traveled with us for a time.
Dana. Very well. And does she have a surname?
No. I was hoping to make it Nara.
Ah. Indeed, a quest of the heart. Well, Trey, I would need a little bit more information and details if I am to try and, before I lose this position that I've procured, into this investigation, a little bit more detail perhaps on town or name. You did say about 20 years ago. You need to think on that and put that together for me, by all means. But I'm very excited to have met you. Was hoping to meet Darius. It's okay, I'll meet him another time. Is there anything else you need from me while we have this moment alone?
How long do you think you can stay here before you've got to move on? Can you at least let us know ahead of time?
I would very much like to be able to do that. However, in other circumstances, I've needed a speedy retreat when things become uncovered. But I will give you notice before or quickly after my leaving. As long as they don't find the body, we should be good for a little while.
Well, that's excellent news then.
Just be aware that Centorium usually have eyes and ears everywhere. A couple of the fellows like you've seen behind there from time to time, so be cautious, especially where you are. Any places that will require extra surveillance, they may not be directly on your site.
Good information.
I do my best. So you wish to stay at the castle?
Yeah, we can stay at the castle.
Excellent. Well, let me call everybody back in and set up. If that's okay with you?
Do you need us to remain here, or... Well, actually, never mind. Yes, we'll remain here, and anything you need us to do, just tell me.
Yes. Well, for now, you can just go back to the door.
All right.
You guys turn and start walking the corner of your eye. You can kind of see it almost in reverse. The bottom of the white hair kind of like start to change back into the brown, and the push over the hair, and it kind of leans over with a smile on the side of the throne. Oh, come on in! You hear him yell as the doors open. You see the soldiers start to file in, the heavily armored ones, just in formation. The first ones sit there. The second ones come in and start to spread out. Don't see any archers coming in. You see the gentleman with the feathered hat kind of scuttle in afterwards and come right up to the fellow on the throne, Commander Shresh, and he kind of mumbles a few words in his ear, and you see him kind of nod his head and goes out. Come along then. I'll show you to your suites in the tower, right up here, for our VIPs. Yes. And he starts kind of shuffling towards the stairs.
Excellent. Yeah, as Jak is walking, following, he will use his telepathic link, and he'll send it to Darius. I think we just met the contact, or your friend, Radagon.
What?
And Jak kind of like looks around, even though he's talking in his head. Radagon's in the city, and he's under the guise of the leader of these Centorium people here.
Did you tell him I'm here?
He knew you were here. He knew who we all were, everyone in the party, because obviously I was giving him fake names, very vague, not giving him locations, and then he revealed him. Well, then he called me out, and then was like, "Hey, it's me." And but he did give us the Centorium permit, and we'll be staying here tonight, Trey and I. But I don't know if you're going to want to make a visit or not. He did say he was hoping to meet you.
Okay, where are you? Are you still with him?
We're headed to our rooms, but we're in the tower.
Okay, shit. Okay. Tell him Digby will be visiting him.
Jak looks at Trey, even though he's not a part of the conversation. Well, we already walked away from him, and he's heavily guarded, and I don't think I can just pop back in.
Why didn't you contact me while you were with him?
I was in shock.
I'm in shock.
Well, you could show up and say you're here. He'll probably know. He had a special meeting with us.
But I can't break my disguise.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll account for that. He seems to be well ahead of everything.
Very well. I have a way to make this work, I think. Okay, where were you again? Sorry.
Tower to the south.
Tower to the south. Okay. I'm on my way. Can you tell? Is there anyone? Do you have someone there with you that you can give him a message?
Trey. I don't know if Trey can do that. Trey, can you give messages?
Well, I'll give a message. I mean, we could probably talk to the guy with the feather in the hat. I imagine they were close enough.
And let him know that Digby is coming to visit.
I'll figure it out, Jak. Enjoy your night, and I'll start making my way to the tower in the south.
Okay.
I heard a bit of sarcasm in that.
Did you say that to me, or did you say that out loud?
I said that out loud.
Okay.
He knows what would be said, and he said it back to Darius.
All right, so Darius, you're just get to your room. You open it up. It's a nice looking room, and you get this message. Are you leaving?
Yeah, I'll lock the room back up. And I'll
Okay.
head down. I'll be like, I'll be back later. And I head out of the bullies or whatever it's called.
Yep. Yeah. The friendly bartender gives you a smiley wave. So Jack and Trey, yeah, this gentleman leads you up these stone steps. As he turns left, you see a long hallway. There's a hallway going to the right, going to the left, but he takes you straight ahead down to the end. He turns second door to the right. He stops like, individual rooms, or would you like to share?
I'm fine with sharing.
Very well.
Sure.
And he takes you to the end room. And he has a little keychain. He pulls it in, kind of unlocks, and ta-da! He says as he kind of like swings the door open and gestures into the room.
Lovely.
Yeah, you walking into the room.
Yes.
I just picture you both standing, just looking at him as he's like.
Like, oh.
Gotta say, I was hoping for bunk beds.
No, just a giant king one here. You can have a cot brought in if you.
Oh. And then Jack like thanks to Trey while this guy's standing there. Do you want to share a room? I just figured you'd want to be close for watching, but if you feel safe, we can get separate rooms.
I don't like the idea of being locked up in separate rooms, but I don't love the idea of sharing a bed either.
We'll take a cot.
Very well. And if you need anything else, and he walks over to this little circular table just at the right of the door, and there's a little bell on it. Ding, ling, ling, ling. He sets it down. Food,
Fancy.
beverages, perhaps?
Meal and drinks, yes.
Very well. The best on the house. And he kind of gestures, and you see he points over, and as you kind of like take in the room now, you see the giant 4-poster bed to the right. You see a fireplace on the left. Far area, you see a circular table, 6 chairs fitted around it. You see a dresser in the corner. You see a desk, and you can see that there's curtains pulled. And you kind of see as they kind of open a little bit, you can see it looks like there's a balcony out there. And position-wise, Trey, from pivoting and moving around here, you know that this is going to look you right into the city, northward. Yes, we'll send it right up. Enjoy your stay here, VIPs. Yes. And he kind of just like turns and closes the door as he walks off down the hall. Just checking in, Mastos. You're chilling, relaxing, taking in nature. You want to do anything else while you're just kind of relaxing up there?
No, then maybe play the lute or my flute.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Performance check, please.
I'm actually going to use this dice tonight. Ooh, 9 on the die. 13.
13? Okay, yeah. You start playing, relaxing, kind of closing your eyes, and you kind of find yourself, as you're starting to play, you kind of hear the small breeze kind of coming through the trees, and as they kind of wave back and forth, you kind of start moving your notes in rhythm, the sound, as the leaves kind of rub against each other. You kind of like open your eyes every once in a while, and you see a bird here, you see a bird there. Start to see the squirrels start coming up the other trees around. And after some time, you look around, you can just see all the wildlife that is surrounding this beautiful tree that you're playing these musical notes from. Darius, as you proceed through the town, heading towards Tiberian Tower, as you get a little bit closer, you can see the 2 guards kind of standing positioned. You can see the light is starting to fade a little bit now, coming slowly into the evening. But yeah, you can see the 2 guards standing at this sort of small wall entrance into what would be the courtyard of this small castle. What do you do?
Gentlemen,
Evening, how can I help you, citizen?
Looking to do some work.
Any particular bounty or anything that you're looking for?
The grittier, the better.
He kind of looks around. Depends how gritty you want to get.
Take a look at me, and if you think it can kill me, give me the thing that's harder than that.
You see him kind of nod his head and look at his friend. The other guy starts kind of nodding his head. He's like, go ask about the basilisk. He kind of points behind him like that.
Very good, thank you.
As you're walking away, I was like, well, he's got a chance, this fella. He's got a chance. Yeah, as you reach the front of the sort of the castle, you see two guards. You see a table there with some parchment and ink and such. You can see a chair kind of pushed back. We just see the two guards standing there at the moment. Nobody behind the desk.
Okay. Evening, gentlemen.
All right, citizen, and what are you here for? Signing up, recruit?
Yeah, I'm looking for something, some real gritty work. The guards outside said it might be of my interest to sign up for some basilisk bounty you might have available.
Yeah, pretty sure that one's still up for grabs. Can you wait a minute? Louis not back yet. Does the stuff with the writing and everything. But if you're looking for gritty work, military's always hiring. Starts real gritty, so it does get a couple of years to get up to where we are, but it's gritty work, mind you.
I hear you, gentlemen, and I appreciate the work you do. I do. But do I look like the type of man that would do well in an authoritative type of position?
Well, you'll be surprised if people are let. No, sir. You don't.
Right. And again, nothing against you guys. I don't know how you do it. I personally couldn't do it.
You're welcome.
Thank
With
you
that, you
for
hear
your service.
There's a door behind. You see this Jenna come out, hat, feather on top of it. He's kind of like, almost like a confused look on his face, kind of on his eyes, and then he notices somebody there is like, oh, hello. Yes, here for what? How can we help?
Apparently, I'm supposed to ask about a basilisk. Guards outside said it might be a good job to do.
Basilisk? What? Get nobody? We get everybody. Yes, okay, very well. And he sits down, he starts getting his papers out. Okay, how many people will be embarking on this mission so that we can calculate the possible rewards?
You see him look around.
Oh. I see. Okay. So he pulls out this form and says, you can sign here. I will give you the details. And he kind of slides it around. And you can see this writing on it that explains that the Centorium military is not responsible for any harm or injury that you may befall during this requested mission. You just sign at the bottom.
Oh, I will sign it. Now, normally Darius's signature is very ostentatious, but he's going to sign it Digby, and it's going to be like really sloppy. But he's going to put in musical notes. He's going to try and write Darius out in some way and hope that if this does get back to whoever, that they'll know it's him.
Okay. He looks at it and kind of like turns it sideways a little bit. Interesting signature. Okay. Yes. So, details about the basilisk. Would you like that now? Are you heading out in the evening? It's dangerous to travel at night.
No, but there isn't anyone else I need to speak to, like your boss or something?
No, I can put that together for you right here.
I'm not going to think to Jak. How the hell do I go see him?
I just told them to bring him out.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to try and do this on my own. I forfeit any right. I'm not going to hold y'all. I mean, I'm going to be dead. Nobody's going to care. Is your commander around? May I speak to him?
He is. I will see if he's available.
Appreciated.
Digby.
Digby indeed.
Right. He kind of pushes his chair back, like slowly stands up and like.
As you go
He
see
turns-
him, just tell him that some say that when I play the lute, my strum is almost silver.
Roll a persuasion.
15.
Right. Yes. Yes, I will do that. Yes. He looks confused and walks and shimmies in the door like, it's like everybody knows. The manager with A few moments goes by and he comes back out with this shocked look on his face. I guess come on in. He just turns
Appreciate
and
it.
kind of like shrugs his hands and leads you in. Yeah, so you go in the hallway, up these stairs, double doors that are open. You see two armored individuals left and right to the door and to the west and east wall, with the gentleman sat on this stone chair, kind of leaning forward, kind of hands on his knees. He's got something in his hand. He's kind of just playing around with it. He looks up with a smile.
Commander.
Welcome. Good to see you, Digby, is it?
You got it. I might be taking up this basilisk bounty that you got. I thought it might be beneficial to talk to you, you know, being the big bad commander and all. You could be the last person I speak to, so thought I might talk to someone with some combat experience.
Oh, well, you're not wrong. He starts kind of like moving his hands around there. Kind of stands up, kind of rolls his shoulders. It's almost time for the work day to be over. You want to go for a walk?
Sure, let's go.
And he kind of nods at the guards, and they nod, and it's, all right, let's go. He starts walking out the door.
I will follow.
Okay. As you go out the door, he takes a right and starts to loop behind these stairs that lead up to the second level on the right, going through this stone archway. He's just checking to see that you're still following him.
Mhm.
As you continue to walk, you see to the right, the stone walls give way to glass. And as you look, and you can see what looks like a garden being tended like in the middle of this tower. Seems to be separated off almost from the rest of the building. He continues to walk around, and there's a stone door as he takes a right turn. And you see it, he puts his hand in here and he turns. You hear this big clunk, and he pulls the stone door, and after you.
Sure. I'll go through the door.
Yeah. So he goes through and closes it. And you can see you're now coming in on the other side of that glass wall, and you see this kind of beautiful garden. These stone benches kind of laid out. You see these beautiful trees, flowers kind of spread out. And you see a small vegetable garden at the back. And he takes a seat. You look up, and you can see that the top is covered by glass as well. This is almost like a glass cube. With the one stone door as an entrance. All right, well, it's nice and quiet in here, so what can I do for you?
You don't want somewhere a little more private.
Oh, we can't hear.
But we can be seen, no?
Well, yes, but they'll be seeing something else. We can say what we need to within this area.
Oh, thank God. And he pulls the hood down and then prestidigitates himself back to
As soon as you do
himself.
that, you see the white hair start to just unveil from the brown, pale figure. If you look at his eyes, you can almost see these almost little red dots in the center of his eyes.
See like a smirk on Darius's face. Oh, you are much prettier than I expected.
Yes, I get to hear that a lot. But I must say, you're easy on the eyes yourself, Darius Silverstrum. The stories have come before and explaining of how handsome, how strong, powerful you are, and it is finally amazing to meet you.
Well, it's interesting to know I have a bit of a legend growing. You should have seen my first day meeting some of my group.
First meetings can always be tricky, but I've heard you've navigated it well and many succeeded accomplishments along the way.
Well, doing what I can. It was mostly to survive. Now it seems to be developing a path. Anyways, I was told that you would be coming to meet me. I didn't expect you to be a commander of the Centorium army.
Ah, indeed. You never know where these choices and paths will take us, do we? A moment of luck, you'll say. You have to make your own luck sometimes, and sometimes luck finds you.
I can agree with that. I've recently found a string of luck myself.
Oh.
So, as much as I would enjoy this conversation, you are well spoken, which I don't get much of in my travels.
I can identify with that. It's been quite taxing, I can tell you. It's a pleasure to speak to someone so well spoken as yourself. I can relax, I feel.
Well, don't relax too much. We never know. And you see him kind of just like looking around. So Paradon,
Yeah.
any updates?
I am afraid to say not as much as I would like to communicate. I mean, I have confirmed that Paradon is indeed working for Single Sin, but I believe that you'd already uncovered that information yourself. It is something not of immediate concern, I would say, only that the person that I was able to convince to say a few words, did disclose that it was going to take a number of weeks, perhaps even months, to accomplish whatever it is that they're working on. So
Well,
at least that much we know.
It does give us some time. Any information on Paradon himself? I was under the impression that this child was Vimoria's son, but everyone that I have mentioned that to has said that he didn't have any offspring.
I do have a theory. However, I don't like to indulge in theories. I like to indulge in facts. So perhaps I should keep that to myself until I can confirm.
Very well. I won't press you for speculations.
I'm more than happy to give any information you require. Anything that you feel that might help you, I'm more than willing to. I just don't wish to influence in an incorrect direction. That's all.
No, of course. And if it's speculation, then it's not. I mean, I have a speculation that he's some kind of clone, but I have nothing to base it on.
That is an interesting theory. Quite along the lines of what I'm thinking myself.
Yeah.
Were you aware that some of the Centorium military, specifically the marine variety, wear clones?
They are clones, you mean? Like,
Yes, I suppose.
what do you mean by wear clones? How can you wear a clone?
They wear clones. They are clones.
Right. Okay. I mean, no, of course I wasn't. I don't know what you know of my history, but up until...
Well, I knew you spent some time with one.
Well, I mean, sort of. That's complicated too, because technically that was Vinmoria.
Right. True soul polymorph. Right.
I guess.
Very tricky.
I mean, to be honest, most of my life I lived on an island, and I just indulged in some of the finer things. And he winks at him.
Of course.
I really didn't have any ambition but that. I was very well known on my island. For the most part, I was liked. People didn't like about my extracurricular activities, but outside of that, my performances were always well loved. I was well accepted. I was well taken care of throughout the island. That was kind of my life. And then I ended up sleeping with the wrong person. Well, technically, I did not sleep with her. We didn't get that far before we got caught, but irrelevant. I'd never seen her before. I don't know if she was from the island or if she had somehow been sent there, but it turns out she was engaged to our island's leader. So he assigned me to the tournament, and that's how I ended up there. So you can imagine someone who lives a life like that being thrust into fight or die situations. Wasn't very great, but, you know, there's been an awakening apparently within me.
Well, we are a product of our experiences. It sounds like, although not pleasant, some of them, it's arrived you at where you are today, which, what I understand, is a man of power and wisdom.
Well, I don't know if I'm that powerful yet, but the wisdom seems to be taking effect. I would say I'm the oldest in the group, but I don't know how old Trey is, truthfully, and Mastos is like 2 centuries old.
This Trey, this is a new addition that I'm not familiar with. Magnus did
He's
not
very
tell
new.
me about this, Trey. It's not like him to leave out information.
To be fair, I think the last time I actually spoke with him, Trey wasn't with us. And I've contacted him since Trey has joined us, but he seems preoccupied.
Yes, he was taking care of one of the Shadow Hearts in the mine south, and he requested that I leave his side to help with this particular task. And so, let's say it was quite taxing on him. I'm sure you're aware of his condition, and so it's kind of escalated, but we shall see.
Right, his condition.
Yeah.
Remind me of that again.
And you kind of see he for the first time kind of like doesn't reply immediately, turns his head for a second. I don't want to overstep or say things I'm not supposed to.
You have my word. Anything that you tell me about him, I won't repeat.
Roll persuasion.
Oh, come on. I'm using luck again. That's better. 22.
See that one
I
on the
know.
dice.
I didn't even need to use my thing then, but I
Um,
did anyway.
yeah. So, yeah, he kind of relaxes a little bit. Well, it would appear that our bodies here as mortals are not quite designed to handle the amount of different types of magics and abilities that he's tried to use over the years, and it's taking its toll. Not sure how long that his body would be able to handle such things, but trying to do what he can while he can.
He sees Darius. Like there is a look of shock and then worry in his face. And then it's like a brief instant, and then he composes himself again. And he's like, interesting. I wasn't aware. I won't bring it up. If I'll tell you what. If you can trust me, I can trust you.
Of course.
I don't trust him. He's a means to an end, and he has information that I need. So I'm working with him for as long as I need to. I don't think I'm strong enough to hurt him, so that won't be a problem. I know you're allies with him, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm not going to betray him in any way, but I would prefer to keep a distance from him if I could.
I understand that. Many things are a means to an end, and many tools have their uses until they become blunt or not useful anymore. So I understand what you're saying.
He smirks. Well, I can see why he works with you.
I did want to poke just a little bit further. This Trey that had joined you, he is getting me some more information about his past. Do you have anything perhaps that would help me look into him a little bit more? I want to make sure that your goings-ons are not going to be interrupted, or nobody's infiltrated your ranks per se.
Like, you mean do I have any more info on him?
Yes, he said Trey, Copenhagen, but no, he didn't give me a second name or any context beyond that.
His name is much longer, I can tell you that. It's like Tracimus Decimus Berilius or something. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, I can gently poke for more information, but I don't know much about him, to be honest, other than he has a weird ability that I don't fully understand, and maybe this will help you identify him. He says he can borrow versions of himself from like other times or timelines or something.
And his eyes widen. Redeco me mago?
Pardon me?
And we'll end it there. Awesome.
Good one.
All right, good session, guys.
I finally got to see what would happen if Radagon and Darius met.
In his early days.
I feel like they're
It is a-
essentially the same person, but on different alignments.
Yeah, yeah.
Radagon's full of flattery, and it was just funny to see it work every single time he talked to somebody. Jack's like, "Oh yeah, I'm really cool," and Darius is like, "Well, yeah, actually, there's a lot going on in my life."
Awesome. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you're back here next Tuesday, 8 p.m. EST. We'll see you in the next one.
Darius assumes he knows everything anyway.
Update that encounters